Welcome back, everyone, to the Scale Riders podcast. Tonight, for episode 276, we're bringing back one of the standout builders from the East Coast scene. Joining us from New Jersey, he's a talented and respected member of the Diversified Scalers Model Car Club. Year after year, he delivers super clean builds, perfect stance, and incredible detail work that always turns heads at shows and online. His style, consistency, and passion for the craft have made him one of the builders to watch in the 124 and 125th scale community. Please welcome to the show, Vision 124. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, Edgar? What's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just trying to stay warm, dude. It's
Yeah,
like cold over here.
how cold is it over there? Because I could talk to you about cold over here in the east.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not gonna compare. I bet
Right.
I mean, it's not that bad. I'm probably just complaining, if anything, But I was tripping out. Some people, I'm like, man, it's like snowing in your area and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Then I'm
yeah.
all like, oh, tomorrow's gonna be sunny and hot over here, you know.
Right, right,
So,
right.
but nah, it's not that bad.
Okay.
But man, I'm happy to have you here again, on the podcast. It feels like we just hung out like last week. It feels like, when we saw
Yeah,
you out at
yeah,
Acme.
man. It's crazy how the whole year went, but we were just like you said, Acme. But dude, we're in December already.
Yeah.
Like it's
No,
crazy. Like it's like to me this year, I don't even feel like I even had a summer. Like it was like that. That quick.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
it
yeah,
was
man.
Acme. Yeah,
Yeah, and I just want to tell you thank you as well for always reminding us about the show of Acme. For many years you've invited us, like you've told us, dude, come out, you need to come out to the show.
yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
it's like, like kind of like plan ahead. Like you were always kind of letting us know ahead of time, like
Yeah.
this is
Uh
one you
huh.
should definitely come out to.
Right, right, right. No, it's definitely one of my favorite shows. And it's one of those things where it's a given. Like I already set up my vacation to absolutely try to make that show.
Hmm.
Um, and it's been already uh man, so many years I've gone in a row, maybe 6 7 years, maybe more. But it's been great, and yeah, I definitely always try to put it out there because every time I've brought somebody new or somebody says, "Hey, I'm going for the first time," it's kind of like, man, like they afterwards they're like, "Oh man, I'm glad I came,"
Hmm.
they always give, the experience has always been great. And the show gets better every year because the venue is really nice now. And they just keep adding to it, and the quality of the builds are unbelievable. I mean, just if you're like me, that I like to enjoy the models on the table. That's a
Hmm.
show that I could keep going around, and I don't. There's no lag in that show for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's always something to watch. Always something interesting on the tables. Even if it's stuff we don't build, like I don't normally build, like the race cars or whatever,
Hmm.
the NASCARs or whatever, sprint cars or whatever. The quality of builds is unbelievable, and it's been like always over 800 models there. This year was almost 1,000, if it didn't go over 1,000. But
Yeah,
definitely recommend it.
yeah, I feel like for sure that there was more than 1,000
Hmm.
because I mean, but they don't, because think about it. There was some that were like those car carriers that had a bunch of cars,
Yes,
and
right,
they said that they only consider that as one, the whole
right,
thing,
exactly,
you know.
yeah. And
So for sure,
dioramas and everything that have
yeah, yeah.
multiple cars. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there was over 1,000. But a lot of quality builds, and people bring the
Mhm.
A game to that show. So
No, they do.
I think probably the GSL, when that was going on, and that's one of my regrets of not going to one of those shows. But that was always the bar, the modelers bar to get to that show and to bring their best. So besides the NNL East and the other big shows, but definitely, Acme now is one of those shows where you're gonna see some quality builds there. If you like to see quality builds or stuff like that in the tables and lots of it, that's the show to go.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely am wanting to go back next year. I just, I've said it that I'm gonna make my decision, a final one for sure, like by April, May. That's
Right,
when I'll be like, all right, it's time to everything's looking good. Let me book my hotel tickets, things
right.
like that.
Hmm.
And even right now, I've just been kind of doing a lot of planning, trying to see, what other shows am I gonna go to? Obviously, the
Right.
the local ones, I am gonna attend that, but I'm trying to think
Yeah.
like what else outside of California.
Right.
So Acme being one, later I know we're gonna be talking about shows later in the
Yeah.
episode, but I did talk to Armando. I did tell him, you know what, I think we should come out to Georgia show together. Like we should fly out there to New Jersey to experience an East Coast show.
Absolutely. That'd be
For
great, man.
yeah. So when that time comes, that's
Yeah.
something that we've been talking about considering as well. Even
Mhm.
like next year, I wish I would have been able to go to NNL East, bro. But
Right. Yeah.
be
Yeah.
that same weekend as the SoCal Open.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Not SoCal Open, the one before the left coast.
The left coast, right, right.
Yeah.
So I remember Frankie talking about it, and actually at your podcast, I realized when he mentioned that, oh, unfortunately we did it for the NNL East the same, but it wasn't intentional,
Mhm.
but but at least now he learned from it. He said, you know what, next year I'm gonna make sure it's not on that, because even Frankie goes to NNL East, so
Yeah.
and then my club, we helped run that show. So it, like, I wanted to go to the Left Coast show. That was the plan, to go to Left
Mhm.
Coast and then the following weekend stay that week and go to SoCal out open after, but it's not gonna work out because we have to work the NNL East, and this year coming up in April, we need to help promote our show. That's in it's still not locked in the date, but it's gonna be somewhere in the end of September. So
Okay.
so at the end of the day, we need to, like, really, I can't miss the NNL East, like our show this year. But Left Coast is just starting now. It's their first year, so there'll be other ones. I'll go next year or whatever. I'll go another time.
Yeah, it always seems like planning a show, like the dates is like the toughest thing because
Yeah.
you don't want to, you're trying to avoid throwing a show, hosting one when someone else is having a show, right? Because you're trying to
Right.
get as many people to come out to your show, and then you're looking at the months and you go like, all right, this one's not good, this one ain't gonna work out because of this, or so and so's getting married or whatever,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
and you're like,
absolutely.
man, trying to figure it out, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. If you guys want to come to East Coast shows, like I definitely recommend you guys go to NNL East. That's in April. Obviously, this year it intertwines with the Left Coast show, but in the future, like, that's the show to come over here because it's just massive, Edgar. It's a massive show.
Mhm.
So you guys get to experience the NNO East, and at least you guys can be like, oh wow, you know you can see what people talk about when it
Yeah.
comes to that show.
No, definitely, dude. Yeah, one of the highlights at the Acme show was when you had surprised Shane, aka Man Cave Models. You
Oh
know
yeah,
that
yeah, Shane.
that was a special moment because that was something out of surprise he didn't know. Even I was like, "Oh, what the hell?" Like, dude, that's
Right,
dope,
right.
you know?
Yeah, I that came about, let's just say, couple of years before. uh I went to NNL, I mean, I went to Acme show, and then Shane invited me to his pad, which is, it's really, he lives in Cleveland, Tennessee, but it's only like an hour and a half from where the Acme show is. So
Mhm.
usually I have family in Georgia, so I've been staying at least 2 more days after Acme. So I planned it where I said, okay, I'll go to Shane's and then I'll go to my cousin's after, you know. So
Mhm.
he had his F100 there, which he only had it not too long, but he already started working on it. And So I took a bunch of pictures of it. I was like, wow, this truck is pretty dope, you know. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a it was you know, work in progress, but he had already started on it, and it was in his yard. I took pictures of it, and at that moment I didn't say I'm gonna do a replica, but
Mhm.
I say in case I do a replica, let me take a lot of pictures of this truck, you know. So
Yeah.
I had a lot of alone time with the truck before I decided to do that build. And then you know, me and Shane are really close. Like we met at Acme, and it was always like a core group of guys that always hung out together, and we were all from different places. We weren't from Georgia, so you know, we always end up being hanging out, eating together, like, you know, group of guys. And then they got to the point where that group got smaller, guys stopped coming, or you know, or whatever. So then me and Shay be like, hey man, let's you got your hotel. So it always like ended up like us hitting each other up, like, hey, did you get your room yet? Like, you know, because we knew we
Mm.
were gonna hang out together. So we ended up getting real close. We talk to each other all the time, and us, you know, family and all that stuff. So we became cool, and yeah. So his truck, uh, like I said, I started seeing like, wow, wait, they have the wheels for that car. Like, you know, 3D printing now, you know? So I saw that they had those wheels that he had on. And I said, okay. So for me, every build for me starts with the wheels. If I have the right wheels, then that sets off me wanting to build the car, the truck, the any model, you know. So once I saw that it was actually Texas 3D Customs, he had those wheels that he had on the real truck. So I ordered them and I had them in my stash, and I said, oh, one day I'm gonna surprise Shane with this truck. And then I started gathering parts, and I wasn't sure I was gonna build it this year, but I actually was planning on unveiling a different build at Acme, but I don't know, Edgar. You know how it is. Some builds you it's not that you lose interest, but you lose kind of traction. Like,
Mhm.
you know, during the middle of a build, like you get to a certain spot. Like I got to the primer stage where next thing what I had to do was just hinge the hood, the trunk, and then paint the model and keep going. But I got stuck there. I just like uh, I don't feel like working on it. You know, sometimes you get those builds, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I said, you know what? What can I build quick? You know, what can I build that's not gonna take me 2 months? You know, I had about a month left, and I said, man, why don't I just build Shane's truck and I just keep it simple, curbside? You know, I close the hood, basically just build the truck to look like his. The good thing is that Shane's real truck has his original paint is faded from, you know, it doesn't have like gloss clear. So that was another thing that like, I don't have to polish this car, like, you know. Like
Mhm.
thinking about what's gonna take me long to build, you know, to build the truck. And I said, well, I don't have to polish it, so you know, I'll just dough coat it, and I have the wheels, I have the kits, and the differences with that's a Mobius uh truck model. And the thing is, they have his truck is a Ranger kit, but it's the short bed. So yeah, that one that you just, that's the long bed. So I needed parts from that one, and then I also got this one, which is the green one. Yeah, that one, and to just for the grill and to have short beds. So between those two models, I was able to use the Ranger kit is a long bed, which Shane's truck is not a long bed. So I used this one, this green box art one, to build his truck, and I used the parts from the long bed to make his a short bed Ranger like his. So basically, that's how it went, and that's just since I had the parts. And I said, I'm gonna keep this build simple. Let me just go ahead. I ordered the photo edge for it, and pretty much just started putting it together. And one thing I did want to do is Shane's real wheels are like the rings outside. They're like brush aluminum, So I didn't want to chrome them or not like that, or paint them silver. So I sent them to my guy, which is uh, Michael Newport. And he's on Facebook, and he does my aluminum rims like anytime I need him to do something. So I send them to him, and I said, "Look, I need the lips." I give him specs, and then he sends them back to me. I say, if you get them to me quick, I could get this done. So shout out to him. He gave me a quick turnaround, and he sent me back the wheels, and the rest is history. I just kept working on the model, and I told a few people, that I was like, look, I'm gonna surprise Shane with this, and they was like, oh, even you. I send you a couple of pictures, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna build this truck. And the besides using the Ranger parts to make it a short bed Ranger, and the photo edge, like Shane truck, even the fenders had the fenders and the bed had trim on the edge of the wheel well. So I scratch built that on that truck just because I'm details like those details. If the truck has in real life, I want to put it in the model. So I worked on doing the trim on the bed and on the fenders, and yeah, I worked that out, and then at the end I bare metal foiled that because the real truck has all that stuff. And then yeah, I just added the details, and it was a fun build, man. I kept it simple. I just painted the whole chassis black and kept it simple under. The only difference, that said this stance maybe a little more aggressive on the model because I felt it needed it. But for the most part, the rest of the details pretty much match the truck. And then at the end, I said that the truck was almost done, and I said, man, it needed something else, like something in the back or something. So I just went and bought box, like I went to eBay, and I put some boxes, like some Ford boxes, like
Mhm.
product boxes. They were already built. They send them to you. So I ordered that to give the truck a little bit more, something to look at in the back. Give the truck a little more character. And then right before the show, I ended up did a base for it, to match the truck. And I still
Mhm.
had some of Shane's he gave us stickers that say Man Cave Models. So I cut this the sticker to make the base, and I put the base on there, and kind of like I wanted to surprise him with the model, but I want him to, like, my idea was like, I want to make sure it says Man Cave Model, so he could know like right away, this is somebody built my truck. Like, like I didn't want it to
Yeah.
just be like, oh wow, somebody built one just like mine. No, I wanted that when he looked at that model, it says Man Cave Model. He said, oh shit, somebody built my truck. Like, so
Mhm.
that's what I did, and it was fun, man. And so the story was cool because at first I was gonna, I had a little hangout in my Airbnb with the guys, and I was gonna originally unveil it there. But some of you guys, even you and a couple of my guys, say, hey man, why don't you just do it at the show, man? It'll
Mhm.
be much better at the show. And I thought about it, man. You're right. So everything was lined up how it needed to, man.
Yeah.
That morning, we all started putting our models, and then obviously I had that one in under the table, just in a box,
Hide it.
wait for him to walk away,
Yep,
But
yep.
I tell you, the and then I said, man, I need Shane to leave. He was like next to me the whole morning, while we
Yeah, he
setting
wouldn't
up
jam.
these. Yeah, we needed him to jam, and then the model gods must have been listening because all of a sudden Shane goes, "Oh man, I left my phone in the truck in my car." I said, "Man, go get your phone, man. You need your
Yeah,
phone."
go
That was
get it.
perfect. So he ended
Yeah,
up
yeah.
having to leave all the way outside to the parking lot to get his phone. That gave me the opportunity to put the model right there. And it was cool because his models were there. And then and mines were next to. I was able to put that truck right in between. And it was funny because I was like, okay, I'm gonna set up the models, and now I'm looking for somebody to. I need this recorded, and I
Hmm.
want, So luckily you were there, and I see Edgar, man. Shane just stepped out.
Yeah,
I'm putting the model here. Let's record him. And I said, who's around? It was me and you only. And I saw Juan. I said, Juan Mesco. I said, yo, Juan, I need you to record this. So I gave him my phone. And then we waited for him to come back. And he remember I had told you, hey man, he went to the vendor area. He still had,
yeah, he was chilling over there.
and
He
then
wouldn't
I
come.
said, yeah, and then it was funny because you said, yeah, he'll be here in a minute. And then it was almost like you even said, you know what, I'm gonna go get him, man. He's taking too
Yeah,
long, you know.
he's taking way too long.
Yeah, so you went and grabbed him, and I don't remember what was it that you told him, but at this point now, I had Juan recording from the other side of the table, and then you went and grabbed him, and I just stood a couple of feet away.
Hmm.
And it was fun that you called him over and he walked in, he looked at the model, and like I said, just the expression I needed because
Hmm.
I needed to for it to say man cave models, like somebody actually built this. And dude, he was blown away. He had a
Yeah,
lot
he
of
was
fun.
tripping out.
He was
Yep.
tripping out. You recorded it too, the reaction, and it was cool, man. It was cool, man. And it was fun doing something to that for him, because Shane's the type of guy that he's there for anyone, and
Hmm.
and even his friends or whatever, like he won't let nobody talk bad about you, like he'll defend you even if you dare not. He's that type of guy. I mean, look, if for his niece, he built that Porsche model
Hmm.
that was auctioned for a good cause, for for the auction for the good cause for his niece and everything. So Shane's the type of guy that he never asked for nothing, but he's always there for you. And I said, you know what, I want to do that for him. Me and him talk about stuff, real life stuff, and he goes through stuff, and I go through stuff. We cheer each other up, try to like give each other pep talks to keep living life and move on, and I wanted to do something to put a smile on his face because he needed that. So
No, yeah, that's
I
dope,
think it
dude.
worked out.
No, I did. Yeah, he was so happy. Like he was tripping. He
Yeah.
was tripping out. Like he was like, "Wait, that's my truck," you know.
Yeah.
And even after, I mean, I would see him. He was just hanging out, looking at the car, seeing
Right,
all
right.
the details and everything in there. Right now, just looking at the photos,
Hmm.
like this one here, we see the car. Everything's all primer.
Yeah.
It looks super nice. And then once you start seeing the colors coming in, I'm like, whoa, like look at
Right.
all this, like this finish right here.
Hmm.
Is this before like clear? Did you do like a flat clear or
No,
this is just the
so
paint?
so I use scale finishers,
Okay.
because I knew they had those colors, the factory colors. So I ordered the paints for him, and they come out semi gloss. I think they're enamels. They
Hmm.
come out semi gloss, but I felt. it needed to be completely flat because I remember the truck being flat. If you show pictures of the real truck, it was really flat truck, like flat
Mm.
color. So, and I said, you know what, it'll be better if I flat coated it. So it was kind of like a satin color, the sheen on it. And I said, no, it needs to be flat completely. So I used Tesla's dull coat. That's my go-to for to flat coat. And
Mm.
I flat that picture there. I had already flat coated it after the base coat, after the
Yeah.
the scale finishes, and it gave it the color, the sheen I needed.
And the that flat coat, is that applied airbrush, rattle can? How's that application on that?
So you can shoot it right out the can, but man, now I just get used. I got so used to decanting everything. I airbrush pretty much everything. The only thing
Mm.
I don't airbrush is certain things like let's just say like black primer from Mr. Hobby, surfacer or something.
Mhm.
Like if I need to like do coat paint some wheels or some primers, I don't always I decant it. I do decant that, but sometimes I don't. I shoot right at the can because it shoots really good from the can. But for the most part, I'm decanting most of my paints. So that one actually, I had a jar of dough coat from testers that I decanted, and I shot it out the airbrush.
Yeah, and that's still available right now. Like if you needed to go get it at a
You
hobby
know
store
what? It
or
used to.
online.
You know what? It's still available, but Rust-Oleum now bought this testers brand that was left, and
Mm.
I bought the last one, and to me, it wasn't the same. So now I have to find myself another one. I think I want to try Mr. Hobby has a mat now,
Yeah.
right? I
Mhm.
want to try that one next because the last can that I had that I bought at Michael's, it still says Dolco, it still says testers, but you could tell it's not the same. You know,
Yeah.
so like whatever I used to use, I had cans left. I decanted all of those, but pretty soon that I'll be done with that. I
Mm.
tried new can. It wasn't as flat as that. So I'm gonna have to start trying another one. And the next one I want to try is the Mr. Hobby one that I think it says super. What's it say?
Yeah,
You
it's
have
like
it, right?
yeah, like one of them is like the super UV
Super
cut.
clear or something. Uh
Yeah,
huh.
super clear
And then it
UV
says
cut
matte.
gloss, and then the matte,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's more like a tan bottle with the white lettering,
Okay. Yeah.
and the UVs in red. From what I read, is those are more like the newer cans that they're coming out with,
Yeah.
because the previous batch that they were putting out, uh, uh, people were stating that the clear was yellowing over time,
Oh yeah.
um,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that these ones it doesn't have that issue in there.
Okay. Okay.
So
I
that's what I
mean,
tend to carry the most are those.
I'm gonna look into a dull coat, something that's gonna flat coat it like the old testers because I use it a lot, Edgar. Like for my leathers, like my interiors, I dull coat almost all of my interiors. Uh,
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah. I'm gonna look into what's the best, even if I have to buy two part one or whatever that's gonna
Mhm.
use.
Yeah.
But yeah. With Shane's, I did like even his interior. He had a bench seat that was like cloth. So I just kind of mimicked what he had, and then painted it two different kind of blues, so it kind of resemble what he has. And I got close, um, but at the end of the day, like I didn't want to not finish the model, like
Mhm.
there's always, you can go even more crazier, like add even more and more detail. But then some of it's like kind of like, you know what, just get done with what's most important, and those little things they're not gonna need it. But for
Yeah.
the most part, I got everything that was important for me to do for the model, and it was great. It was great. The surprise, his expression, and now we recorded it, and and, and he's like, which model of mine you want? I know you want my 50 Chevy, because he has a 50 Chevy truck that I love. He knows I love.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
just told him, I was like, Shane, I didn't build this for you to build me something, but if you want to build me something, just build me an F-100 like that, like the
Uh-huh.
one that I built him, but in how you want to build it. Just I want a nice shiny one from you, because he's built a
Yeah.
lot of those.
His
He
his
knows
his
those trucks.
style. Hell
Yeah,
yeah. Nah, he
exactly.
kills it, bro.
So yeah,
That
A- and then he sent me a picture. He be like, what about this wheels deal? I was like, look, just surprise me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I I don't even want to know. I don't even need it right away. Just surprise me one day with one, and I just want your style slammed, and
Yeah.
yeah, it goes bad, but it was cool. And then afterwards, we actually took it. He took I gave it to him to take home. Well,
Mhm.
before that, the truck did get picked to photograph. So it did get photographed at the show. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll come up in one of the magazines. That'll be cool.
That would be pretty
And
sick.
yeah, and then I ended up going to his house the next day. So he had it in his man cave, and he has
Yeah.
a very cool man cave, and he had put a spot for it. I think I gave you a picture. Do you have that one there?
Let me see. No, that one I don't have. I know I did see when you guys are kicking it
Right.
at his spot
Yeah.
right there. And I mean, even he sent me photos too of his spot. And I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
damn,
Right.
dude,
Right.
this is a really dope place
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah. So it got to his man cave, and it was cool. He loved it and everything, and a few people even hit me up, say, "Oh man, that was cool what you did for Shane. That
Mhm.
truck is sick."
No,
I like
that thing is bad, bro. It's bad.
so
It's
thank
like
you.
when I met Shane, back then online, this is
Yeah,
like when we were at Acme. That's the first time we met in person. But
yeah,
online, I always saw him bust out with Fords. You know,
yeah. Right. He's
clean,
a
dope.
Ford guy, big
Yeah,
time Ford guy.
and
Mhm.
like Luis is like another person that I know that's like a big Ford guy.
Right.
So Luis would always be like sharing his stuff to me, like, "Oh, check out this guy! Look what he's doing. This is like dope." So I
Yeah.
started seeing his stuff, and then I started seeing some of the videos of him like on YouTube and stuff, and just things that he was like, "Oh, I met this one guy at a show, and I brought my cars over." And like a lot of these people, they want to buy the cars, but I'm like, no, I don't, I don't sell them, kind of
Right.
thing.
Right. Right.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, bro, like they're quality,
Right.
and
Yeah.
now,
Absolutely.
when we got to hang out, I got to see them in person and like
Yeah,
everything, and I was
man.
like, damn, they're bad.
Yeah, man. Going back to that Acme show, I'm super glad that you guys went, and you got to meet him. Certain guys that you done podcasts with before, you were able to meet in real life.
Yeah, dude. Oh
So
yeah.
that was cool, and I did a this time around. I invited people over to the house,
Hmm.
just to have a night to kick it, because Acme has the host hotel, and they have their Friday night where you can, register and do your thing and meet guys and everything. But obviously, I can't just put a formal invitation to everybody. I'm only in the
Imagine.
Airbnb. Imagine, right?
That'd be crazy. Like everyone's just like coming over, like, yo,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. But yeah, so I invited you, I knew that you guys were coming, and then I invited, Wes and a couple of guys, just because, I had to keep a limit. But it was
Yeah.
great. Frankie the Greaser went, and you guys from the, and Josh McCall, he goes to the shows over there. I
Hmm.
got close with him too. So now he looks forward to, he's like, hey George, you're gonna rent a house, count me in, like,
Mhm.
so yeah, man, that show was awesome, man. So
Yeah, it
we
is a
had a good
trip
time.
though when you meet your friends and just like people, because even like Josh, like I didn't know he was gonna go until I started, like once we were getting close to the dates, I was like, oh, he's gonna
Yeah,
be there too. Dope. I'll get to
yeah,
meet him
yeah.
there.
Right,
And then we finally got to meet, and he's been on the podcast too.
right,
And
exactly.
we
Yeah.
chopped it up online and everything. So it was just nice, like, all right, like to meet him,
Mhm.
in person. And
And he comes and he
even
comes
right
from
there we're
Florida.
recording.
Uh-huh.
Damn, that far.
Yeah, he comes from Florida. So, at the end of the day, like, that's why, I tell you, people go to that show because it's a good show. I mean,
Hmm.
the modelers that go, I mean, Gary Seeds comes from the Carolinas over there. He didn't go this year
Yeah.
because I think he was under the weather, but I've seen him the last couple of years
Hmm.
at that show. So yeah,
Over
people
there.
travel from far to that show. So I definitely
Yeah.
recommend it. I'm glad you guys went. It was cool hanging out with you guys at a different place other than California. So that was also cool,
Hmm.
And we had a good time at the Airbnb too, and at the Acme host Friday night too was cool.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, it was fun, man. Like I felt like it was very like it was meant to be, like to
Oh,
go,
absolutely, yeah.
because everything went very smooth.
Hmm.
Getting there, the trip there, back, and everything. It was like super cool. You know
Hmm.
what? Right now, I'm digging through some of the pics. Let me see. I'm gonna pull something up right now,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna show you guys the display. We got to show it. I found it right
Hmm.
here.
Okay.
That's one from the show, and then let me see what else I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull up right
Uh-huh.
here for
Yeah.
you.
So yeah, that's good. I'm
Oh,
glad you
those are
brought
the
that one up.
boxes. The boxes
Right.
right there that you got.
Right.
That's
Right.
that's cool.
Yeah, so those, because a lot of people ask me, "Hey, did you make those boxes?" So I said, "Let me send that picture to Edgar, so then people can see this is the seller right there. He's on eBay. So I got the boxes from there. If anybody's interested, go to his thing, and yeah, if you see those pictures, you see how it says Man Cave Model. So I wanted him to, as soon as he saw that truck, that's his truck. Like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's not something that it looks like his. No, it was his.
Yep. That's
Yeah, no,
bad, dude.
and it was received well, man. People liked the truck, and I was like, that's cool. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and you know uh building it for a friend was even better. So I'm glad it's in his collection. It went to a good home, and I know he's gonna cherish that.
Yeah, dude. Nah, it's a really nice model right there.
Hmm.
Let me see here. I was trying to see if I see something else to show here for you guys. But real quick, let me give a shout out to everyone in the chat, because I know we got some
Oh
homies right here in
yeah,
the chat.
let's
Let's
see
see here.
who's on there.
So we
Slowly
got
models. Hmm.
Slowly Models, Juana Mezcua, Tom Tom, Armando Flores, also GZ26.
Hmm.
And let me showing some love right there.
I see Mars
Thank you.
Garage.
Yep, Mars Garage. David Wivkoff, Big Dave. What up, man? What's up,
Yeah,
dog?
what's up? The
Oh
homie
yeah.
Ani works.
Oh yeah, OmniWorks right
Louis.
there. Nice. All the way from
Yeah, man.
Texas.
Yeah, that's
Awesome,
my
man.
guy right there. I'm on the floors. What's up, bro?
Dang. Hey, let me show you this. OmniWorks has sent me something.
Mhm.
Check this out. Like a while back,
Yeah.
he drew this for me right here. Check that out right there.
Oh, that's sick.
The
Oh
EF9
man.
with the scale writers
Yeah,
right
that
there.
is sick, man. Send me a
Yeah.
picture of that on my phone
Yeah, yeah,
later. I want
yeah.
to see
Yeah. And
that.
I'm like, oh man, the EF9s, bro, those are dope.
Those, yeah, that's dope, man. I'm
I'm
a
like,
big EF guy, so.
that's like a one of one
Oh
original,
yeah. Oh,
sketch and
absolutely.
everything by him.
That's sick.
So
That's
thank
sick,
you,
man.
man. Thank you for getting that to me. It's part of the collection now right here.
That's an
So that's
OG friend of mine from right when I started back in the models, and I was always uh impressed with his work, and he
mhm.
inspired me to build my 510. The 510 that I build was inspired by his 510 Datsun, which is sick. And yeah,
Mm,
he's awesome, man.
that's dope, man. Hey, in the
That's
future,
a sick drawing he did.
yeah, in the future, OmniWorks, you got to be on the podcast, man. You got to
Yeah,
let me know if you're
absolutely,
down.
man.
You got to do it.
100%.
I think it'd be
100%.
dope. Um, What I was gonna say, so now that this year's almost wrapping up, we're in December and everything, and obviously there's gonna be more shows coming up. But right now, what's kind of like currently in the works for you as far as like builds and projects?
Right. So basically my builds, a lot of my builds being that I don't build fast, I need to kind of like plan for shows, builds
Mhm.
that I want to bring out to shows. So now we're in December now. So basically for me, local shows is will be the first one will be the one from our club member Ricky Wallace, and that's his show, which is it's more like a hangout. It's no
Mhm.
words. It just put your models on the table. It's called Model Cars and Coffee. We've talked about it before. If you Do you have the new flyer that he made? He just
Yeah,
made
I
a new
just pulled it
flyer.
up
Okay,
right
yeah.
here. There we go.
Yeah, that's a sick flyer. So yeah, and you asked I see you're one of his sponsors too, so that's cool,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
reached out to Ricky. I was like, "Yo, man, I know you got your show coming up and everything, and man, you showed me a lot of love, and I got to meet you and everything, but I
Right.
definitely want to sponsor you for the show out there."
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. He's an awesome dude, man. We're lucky to have him in the club. Yeah, so that will be his first the first show that kicks off kind of our local shows. So it's on March 22nd, and yeah, so I want to build something for that. Um and I do have some stuff on the table. I don't know if it's gonna be ready for that, but i do have um I do have a Chrysler on the table that I just mocked up yesterday. I wanted something like kind of piggybacking from my building my Corvair that was more like a luxury, elegant kind of car. I
Mhm.
always had this. I had mocked this car up a while back, which is the 300 1955, and I had a set of wheels for it, but now I went a different direction. I got one some fat whites on it. So I ended up going and see what spoke wheels I have, because I still want the car to look elegant. And I ended up going through my Davin's OG wheels, the ones that went, if you remember, Edgar, he had he before he had tires, he was just selling wheels. He didn't have
Mhm.
tires. So I digged up those wheels, and I said, man, these are so beautiful. I don't have tires for them. uh
Yeah,
so
they look
so I
nice.
start yeah so I mocked it up with that. I have those white ones off Model House. They're resin, and they're fat whites, and those are the same ones that I use on my green truck, that is the bomb truck. So
Yeah, do you know what's the number on those tires? Because I know they number them on their website.
right, so this one here is 110.
110. I gotta
Yeah,
write it down. They look
right.
dope.
Right. So those tires fit Gavin's OG wheels, and I
Mhm.
want I want a fat whites on this, and I want to slam it. So yeah, so I send you a couple of pictures there that you have there, and then yeah, so I'm looking for. I have a couple of plans for this one. The only thing is paint, because
Mhm.
there's different ways I can go about it, but I want it to look elegant still. So
Yeah.
it might be in the metallic range, maybe. But I'm gonna work that all out, and I have some plans for it. I want to rework the bumpers on this car because the front bumper, the sides of it are kind of like round and like a,
Mhm.
and then the back one's a little more square, so that doesn't look right to me. So I'm gonna rework that front bumper to make it match a little more the back one. Shave it, shave some stuff on it, and send them out to Rechrome. And yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to building that. Uh,
Yeah. So like right now, I'm looking
mhm,
at it, the
mhm,
mock-up. We see the wheels and just the stance, like the body is just on the floor, like hitting.
yeah,
And
lane
let's say,
frame.
and you're like, all right, lane frame. This is
Mhm.
the look that I want.
Yeah,
And obviously, you start, fitting in all the parts, the interior, and you start
mhm,
noticing, dang, like the stance is changing, right? It's getting higher and higher.
right.
Um, when do you start making decisions that's like, all right, I might have to section this, or I might have to like, you know cut
Yeah,
this. Is it more
right.
the undercarriage, or is it more the interior that you need to attack in order
Well,
to get that?
yeah,
that
some models are different. Some of them, the frame lays down low. So I did learn that let's say the door cards, like on this one, has separate door cards. It's not an interior bucket. So I like when it's separate because you can detail the interior a lot better than a bucket of interior. So
Mhm.
one way to do it is the goal is to bring the chassis up more, obviously. So the good thing is that this model has a separate chassis. So I can shave actually that the original chassis thinner to bring it up more. Another way you can do that as well is like chop off, since the door cards are separate. You can take like a strip off of it in the bottom, and the chassis will go up a little more. That's another way to bring the chassis up under the body. So there's ways, those kind of ways to get that chassis up there. But I
Mhm.
have a plan with this one. If you remember, you know how years ago uh Revell came out with the Foos truck and then the Foos Cadillac. That's
Oh yeah.
like a convertible, right? So I mocked up the Cadillac chassis on this, and it almost like fits perfect.
Oh
So
dang. Yeah.
yeah, so even the interior I could use on this, but actually I like the interior on this car, so I'm gonna probably just modernize it a little bit, the
Mhm.
interior. But the chassis, I'm gonna use the modern chassis that's on that Foos Caddy.
Yeah.
So everything in the bottom looks, cause this time around I want this model even to look great under it. Not
Mhm.
just a slammer, not just curbside. I want details under it too. So that Fuscati chassis is what I plan to put under there. And the motor on this car is a nice motor. The only thing I plan to do is to keep the motor and just modernize it. Instead of having an air cleaner, I'm probably gonna have stacks on it,
Mhm.
or maybe a supercharger or something, but still keep the same motor. Still keep it Chrysler. So
Yeah.
that's the plan on that one. Um, the other thing I'm thinking I might do is, if you show the side picture profile again, um, the front fender, I wanted to show more of the wheel. You see how
Oh.
it's tucking? So
Yeah.
I might raise that wheel well there, which
Yeah.
I have to cut it straight. Like if a drag car, sometimes they stretch a wheel well sideways, but this one I'm gonna bring it up that way to show a little bit more of that front wheel. The back one I like it where it is, so
Okay.
I might do that. So that's kind of, and I'm thinking maybe French the headlights, uh, and stuff like that, like kind of minor stuff, but I want the car to look elegant. I like the big long body,
Mhm.
and the chrome that's gonna have. It's a nice, it's a sharp looking car, and it's different. It's
No, it is.
you know.
There's like a lot of now that I'm staring at it, I'm like, damn, there's a lot of possibilities, like things you could do
Oh yeah,
to it.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's in the work. That was one that I just remarked up and have a plan for to
Hmm.
build. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna have it done for March, but I'm gonna shoot for it. If not, it'll be hopefully one of the ones that I bring for Acme, or it'll be ready for my show, whatever. But looking forward to that. Like I said, I just when I finished that Corvair, it kind of had the elegant look, so I kind of
Oh yeah, dude.
was feeling that too. So on this car too, it kind of like once I finished the Corvair, I said, man, I should get back to that Chrysler. And then so that's one that I have in the
Yeah.
in the queue.
Yeah, like when I'm looking at the back part, right? I see
Mhm.
the gas cap or the
Yeah,
little door in the back.
don't worry,
I'm
right,
already
right.
I'm already thinking like, man, I'm pretty sure George is gonna like fill that in, get rid of it, and put it in a different area, like
Right, right,
somewhere where we don't even think about it, because it's kind of like when you did the Corvair, I was like, yo,
right,
like that looks dope. The
exactly,
location where
right.
he ended up putting that.
Yeah, so on this one, I'm thinking of obviously shutting the door, but extending that trim all the way to the back. You know,
Mhm.
that way that trim goes all the way through and finishes close to the end. So that door will be filled. And the only thing I wish I had, you know how like detail junkies or even some other, they have like those chrome decals of like emblems.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Man, I wish I can get some of this script of this Chrysler,
Hmm. On
because
there.
that'll look so good, like that one, and then maybe like
Mhm.
Chrysler for the valve covers, just to keep the elegant look. Because those
Yeah.
decals, those chrome, they're metal transfers. So
Hmm.
once you put them on there and you peel the clear uh, backing on it, or actually, yeah, the backing on it,
That holds it.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it looks so good. It looks so, if you have chrome in the car, it looks
Mhm.
elegant.
Yeah.
So
Now
I'm
you're
gonna
right.
see what I do, but yeah, I would love to do that on this, but we'll see what happens. But still, yeah, I think it's a interesting car, and I've
Mhm.
seen them built stock, but I haven't seen one done. Mine's gonna be like a mild custom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, yeah, going back to like those like the script, like the metal stickers.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like Zoom does a bunch of them,
Right.
and I know back then, like the first time when I was gonna start using them, and I remember like really not knowing how to use them. I
Right.
was
Right.
I was
Same
like,
here. I
I think I
messed
had
up.
like, yeah, like the Nissan set,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's like the logo and everything, right? And everything's kind of separate.
Hmm.
So I'm over here getting tweezers, and I'm like peeling off every little piece and sticking it
Right.
on, and thinking like,
Yeah.
all right, messing up. But then
Right.
I saw somebody else like bust out online, and they get they get the knife, they just cut it all out, and then they
Right.
peel the backing, and then they stick it, and then they peel the thing, and I'm like, oh,
Right.
that's the way you do it.
Yeah.
Dirt, like the transfer.
Yes. Yes. So what I noticed is that the thing about the zoom out ones, for some reason, that that clear tape backing that it has, or in this case the opposite, it kind of pulls the transfer back with it, at times. So it's tricky. But I think that the plan is to burnish it really good. That way it would stick really good on there, and
Mhm.
then burnish it really good before you start peeling it. Carefully peeling it, and if it starts pulling it, then you have to kind of burnish it again. It's tricky, but if you get it right, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great. I mean, to me, if I can have like that instead of photo edge. I would, but that's just me. Some people are, oh, it's too chrome or whatever.
Mhm.
But to me, I think it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It would be nice, so like you said, like somebody to come out with like a dedicated sheet, chrome
Yes.
sticker sheet just for like that car or
Right.
particular models, because you know if somebody down the road is gonna build one, they have those options now for that
Yeah. I
car.
mean, I was thinking about getting see if I can get a company that'll back me on doing this,
Mhm.
and do like all the Impalas, like like start off with the most the most popular kits, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
Impalas, maybe this Chrysler, certain cars that have a lot of like nice, elegant emblems, and see how that goes. Maybe it might start off something, it might kick off from there to doing it for RC cars and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's something in my mind to try to probably. I'm gonna see if I can talk to somebody about that. I know Detail Junkies got some done, so maybe I'll start with him. Maybe he can
Mhm.
steer me in the right direction.
Yeah. No, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I was gonna show you. I got a couple things in the mail today.
Oh yeah, what's up?
This one right here. Watch. This one's an AMT. Look at this. Grills and bumpers right there.
Oh snap, yo, that's OG 69 cents.
Yeah. So I got
That's
this,
that's
and
badass.
I mean, it's a little bit dented or whatever, but
It's all
everything looks
right.
fine. Everything looks fine. And I think I'm gonna like hang on to it like this for a little bit.
Yeah, you should. You
And
should.
then later I'm gonna be like, all right, let's open this thing. We got
Man, I don't even think I would
we
open
gotta
that, man.
we gotta pull the stuff out, unless if I find another one,
Yeah, if you
and
find
I'm like,
another one, but man,
yeah,
that's old school. That's nostalgia right there,
because it,
man.
it it has a lot of cool parts, like
Yeah,
there to make your own custom grills and everything.
right, right, right.
And I really like how it says custom competition grills and bumpers,
Yeah. Is
1/25th
there
scale.
some kind of year or date on that in the back or something?
Let me
Is it in
check.
'60s or something?
I think so, man. I think so. It doesn't say the date, but I would assume probably like maybe like late 60s or something.
Yeah, yeah.
On here. But it does have the AMT Corporation, like the PO box, when they were in
Right,
Troy, Michigan, you
right.
know. So that's
I mean,
pretty so.
think about it. If it's printed on there 69 cents,
Mhm.
that right there is so cool, man. That has to
Yeah.
be back probably the '70s or something.
Yeah, and then I got this other one. It was like I kind of got them together. This one right here. But this is Revell custom car parts.
Okay, yeah, nice.
These parts are missing here, but they're actually over here. They're laying down. They fell off,
Oh, that fell
and I
off of the tree. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and then that's the back right
Man,
here.
are you gonna show this like in a live or something that you do later,
Oh
or at
yeah, like
least
yeah,
like in Instagram or something?
yeah, I'm gonna show these later. I was just like, man, I gotta share these to you. These are
Yeah,
these
that's
are cool.
cool, man. I
And
love
then
stuff like that.
right here at the bottom in this little bottom corner, it says California Custom, and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
cool,
what?
man.
I'm like, damn, this is pretty cool. But it looks like everything was kind of the type when they packaged this. It was almost like they like, or was it pre shrunk like the
Oh yeah,
plastic
right, right,
into
right,
the
right.
part?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's like different.
Yeah, like they vacuumed it, vacuum formed it or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
Here, put this one right here.
I like when you show us those old school I mean even the modern magazines, but when you come up with like the ones from the '60s and stuff, like when you showed
Mhm,
that George Barris book and everything, dude, I was blown away. That's cool, man. Like for us model car guys,
mhm.
like I find that stuff real interesting, man. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like like
Hmm.
you start thinking like, man, how did this all started, or whatever,
Yeah,
or like when you hear a name like George Barris was really big, in throwing his shows and everything. That's
yeah,
cool, man. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I found some like in the mags like some photographs of collaboration. It's like Barris had like his own paint line, and then there's this one photo. Later, I'm gonna post it, but it
Uh
looks
huh.
really elegant. The packaging, it's like
Uh
two
huh.
two cans together,
Yeah.
and they have some type of like cardboard on there, and it's like
Ah.
they were calling it colors and all this stuff, and then there's a lot of magazines with him promoting and showing people how to use his colors to
Nice.
come out with combinations, and it was really nice, like the combos that he was like selling,
Yeah.
that they were selling and stuff.
Right.
And just kind of backtracking now, I'm going further, right? I found some magazines that say like model cars and it says 1955 like in a
Mhm.
mag, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, all right, cool, so we're going even further. But then I'm gonna take the risk and I'm gonna buy some, but I
Yeah.
almost get the feeling that the wording at the time, it didn't mean model car kit. I think when they say model cars, it's more slot cars,
Okay.
because
Yeah. Yeah. Cause
I
that
I I came
that
across
was
some
big. That was big back then too.
yeah, like I came across some stuff that would say like, like this magazine is gonna be featuring model cars, like how to style or how to customize your model car. And I'm flipping through the mag, and when I get to the section, I'm like, oh, they're talking about like just the body, and then
Right.
to
Right.
put
Right.
it on the chassis of a slot car. Okay, so then later the kits, companies were popping up the kits, and that became hot. So then all these magazines were coming out with articles because it was a hot thing
Wow.
that I'm noticing from all the things that I'm collecting is like things from between 60 and like 63.
Yeah.
There was a lot of mags being sold at the time, and every mag was had an article or like a section
Oh,
with
that's
like
cool.
four maybe 6 pages of
Yeah.
just model cars and with a little bit of slot cars. But then later in the late like 63, 64, they started getting into other stuff now. They weren't really covering certain mags were like, oh, we're done. We're not gonna do model cars no more.
Right.
We're gonna
Right.
we're
Right.
gonna we're gonna continue with the 101 car sections, our main mags,
Yeah.
and now we're gonna be doing other types of things that now the kids are growing up or whatever they're doing, right? And then later, some of the magazines were like, you know what? We're just gonna actually come out with a pure dedicated magazine to just models, but not slot, just like kits, actual kits.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and those are the ones that I'm like, oh shoot, that's crazy. But then it's like, I talked to Armando and I'm asking him like, yo, Armando, what year were you born? And he's like 61. And my dad's like 62, the
Hmm.
year that they're born,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like
Yeah. Yeah.
thinking, dang, like I'm trying to process that in my head. They were like born that year, but then I'm
Right.
flipping through a book and it says, oh, this kid from California built this custom model and he's like 15 or 20 years old. And I'm like,
Wow.
what? I'm like, what the heck? And it goes more like, and then certain magazines are saying this big competition, and it's showing people from not just West Coast, it's also involving like now East Coast. So I'm going,
Right.
oh
Right.
damn,
Right.
we're getting like people from different areas now.
Right.
and
Right.
and
Right.
that's the thing is, the one of the main publishing companies was based out of LA, so they were able to get a lot of articles or people from California.
Right. Right.
uh,
Right. Right.
but then later it seems like they started traveling, they started going more outside of California, and they started getting these bigger shows and East Coast stuff. So
Right.
it's pretty interesting. I'm not done. I'm still like, I need to fill in the holes because I'm
Yeah.
missing certain issues. But
Yeah.
once I have everything complete, I'm gonna start reading from the beginning. I'm reading some stuff already, but I'm gonna start pretty much covering the whole thing, and then later I'll be able to like present it or talk about my findings on that right there.
Nice.
But I've been having fun with it, man. Just like I'm trying to see like man, because I mean every like company has a different history. Like Revell, they've been around for a long time, and then
Yeah.
AMP2 and like Johan and all kinds of stuff. So I'm just trying to really get back in there. And I figure, if these guys were doing this at that time, I would say right now these guys are probably like in their 70s or 80s.
Hmm.
If they're still with us.
Right.
But it's a trip, man. Like I found this one article with this model builder. It said that he was from a city called El Monte, and that's like the city next to where I'm at.
Hmm.
And it said at the time in that article that he had more about 800 models in his
Wow.
collection, some that he
Damn.
built. But it also said that he was like a collector. So like if he knew that you had like some heat, he would trade you. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
like promos and other stuff. But this is already back then, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And 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 it was one of those things where he had all this stuff. He was being featured in all these magazines at the time. And then when I was like looking him up, I was wondering, man, is he still around or what's going on? Maybe I could like find him and like talk to him or something.
Right.
But
Right.
then it did say that no, I think it was like maybe the mid like I don't know, 20 between maybe like 2010 and maybe 2020 around there, or maybe
Yeah.
2000 he had passed.
Oh
But
wow.
I was like, oh man, if I would have known. But they did state certain cities at where he lived near,
Right.
that
Right.
I
Right.
was like, oh man. So I don't know, man. I hope from my findings later I end up meeting somebody out here in California that
Right.
I could hang out with, and they could be like, yo, check it out. I have the
Right.
vault. We're gonna open this
Yeah.
up and I'm gonna show you like all this cool stuff. You
Right.
know,
Right. Nah,
like you
but it's
never know,
cool,
man.
man. It's cool showing us stuff that we didn't even know existed or whatever, or how it was modeling back then and what was available, and who was involved, and you start thinking back, like even like Jim Winfield and everything they talked about, like they started when they were small or even kept going building models like model cars,
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
even I've heard Chip Foose and Kindig, all these builders now that they started with Hot Wheels and then model cars, so it's cool because it's good to hear those stories, and we're doing the same thing that they were doing too, but
yeah.
now here in the future.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, to me, it's like we're still practicing it. Like
Hmm.
when we go to shows, um, we have models, and then you have vendors,
Right.
and um, there's hobbies within the hobbies. There's guys that they love model cars, and maybe they're not building, but they love collecting promos. They
Right.
love collecting
Hmm.
resin, and
Yes.
and and to them, it's like history. They're collecting like pieces of history, and they're holding on to them in their collection.
Right.
And eventually, they might be like, oh, maybe I'll sell it, or no, I just really like the way it looks like that.
Right.
To
Uh-huh.
to be able to tell a story
Right.
regarding that model. And we're always in the hunt. It's fun because every modeler has a holy grail piece. We all have one holy
Absolutely.
grail like piece, and
Hmm.
not all of us are gonna have the same exact thing, which is cool.
Right.
We're all
Yeah,
gonna have different
exactly.
things. So whenever we do get to hang out, it's like, oh, what? Like you go to someone's house, you're gonna be like, dude, look at all
Yeah.
this stuff. Like it's kind of cool.
Right.
It's like you go to like Armando's studio space, you're gonna see all kinds
Yeah.
of cool stuff there,
All
right?
kinds of stuff.
So
Yeah.
so you go back home and you're inspired, and then later you
Mhm.
go, dude, I got some pretty cool stuff too. Maybe later I'll
Yeah.
display it or whatever. But
Hmm.
we all have like things. And when I look at like, man, like these guys were doing that, they had a passion for it, a love for it.
Hmm.
And look, we're in 2025, about to be 2026. We're into that right now. Like we've been
Yeah.
into this, right?
Right.
And to me, it's like when I'm finding all these names and everything, and from back then to now, everything from all eras, not just
Right.
that, all
Exactly.
eras to now. To me, it's like, yo, like we have to preserve the history. We have to preserve the
Oh yeah.
past,
Absolutely.
all
Yeah.
the names, everybody, because like there's a lot
Mhm.
of people that have come around and they've made a statement. They've
Right.
busted out. They've made something different, maybe
Hmm.
something wild, maybe
Right.
something custom, maybe anything that people get ideas from, and they go, wow, like
Yeah.
it.
And I think like like what you're doing, and like guys like even like Wes Salazar, posting show coverage. He
Hmm.
does a good job with that, and stuff like that. You're inspiring people, like bringing, like you said, awareness, you know, to our hobby. And as long as we continue to do that and do these podcasts, and continue with YouTube, and uh and 3D printing, just bringing out everything you want. It's to the point where, like, I can't wait to learn how to design parts, so I can build my own, and bring those models to the next level, like that guy Stoke Models,
Yeah.
he does one-off stuff on his models. It's inspiring to me, you know what I'm saying? Like
No,
I
hell
want to
yeah.
build stuff that blows people's mind, and be like, even like this Chrysler here, like I like it has the stuff that's molded on that I wish it wasn't, like the big emblems, or even like the door handles. I mean, the door handles. I want that separate, like
Hmm.
I would love to design that and just have it chromed, where after I polish the body, that I chrome it and put it back on, like, as opposed to having the molded part, stuff like
Yeah.
that, like wipers. I don't like molded in wipers. I shaved all that
Mm.
stuff. If I
Hmm.
could 3D print my own wipers, I will do that, so,
Yeah.
like, Stokes does stuff like that. Stokes models, he's a big inspiration to me. And with 3D printing, like I said, I want to learn how to design, so I can start printing my own one-off parts, and then just offer them, to put them on coats, just like slowly, put them on coats, and let the hobby enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? And to
Yeah.
me, I think that's gonna just, having all this stuff available, is gonna once you continue to have awareness, and guys are gonna see what's available, that, and start bringing 3D printing. I think the hobby will stay alive,
Yeah.
man, they're just some amazing artists, man. I get inspired by the Hot Wheel customizers. They
Nah, them too,
Dude,
man. Yeah. There's a
like,
lot of
they offer a lot of stuff, and I learned a lot from, just the stuff they doing. Like, man, I could do that on 124, like, the
mhm.
chassis, the interiors, and stuff like that, the motors, I mean, some of the stuff is available, but like I said, it's the best time to build models now. Right now,
Nah,
to me, it's peaking big time,
yeah,
um
yeah.
so
Yeah.
so I wanted the hobby to continue on, and as
Mhm.
long as we continue putting it out there, we're gonna inspire people. Like, I want people to come to my show and get inspired. Like, when we put that diorama there, have
Mhm.
people take pictures, and I want little kids, hopefully they come and they be like, oh, I wanna build, I want a model kit. It just starts, man. That's how it started for me, man. I had
Yeah.
models. I didn't know about models, just the ones my cousins used to build, and I used to just stare at them. But
Yeah.
when I went, when
That's
one of them,
tight.
when one of them took me to NNL East, bro, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
Like, it was a wrap. I couldn't believe the world. Like, there was actually people to could get together in a
Mhm.
place to in parts and everything. I was like crazy. It was, but like I said, as long as we bring awareness, and we show, keep sharing this stuff, putting it out there. You continue with the podcast, and these events. Armando with his presentations, you're getting people like from everywhere, want to be part of that presentation, want to build now. Like, we were talking about shows in the future, like SoCal Open. Armando's gonna do this instead of Corvairs last year. Now he's gonna do VW Bugs, California. So that's getting people involved, getting people like excited for that show, excited to build. And as long as we keep putting out these cool events and stuff, I think we'll be in good shape for the hobby to last a long time.
No, definitely. When you were saying about how you would see the model cars with your cousins, it
Hmm.
reminded me of being a kid too,
Hmm.
and like going like hanging out with my friends, and my friends would be like, "Oh, let's go in the house real quick. I need to get something." And then they'd have like an uncle or
Yeah.
somebody,
Right.
and they'd have like a cabinet or somewhere, and there'd be a car right there.
Yes.
And I'd be
Right.
like, "Oh, look, it's a lowrider. What?"
Right.
Like dang. And I didn't know, I didn't know like the uncle or cousin, so I wouldn't even
Right.
ask. I'll just be like
Right.
looking at it. Dang. And then later be like telling my friend, "Hey, we should go back. I want to look at that
Yeah.
model,"
Right.
Like
Right. I
that
mean,
thing looked cool.
I be wanting to go to the house just to stare at the models, man.
Mhm,
And I was little, so I was like, I wanted to grab them, but I still, it stayed in my head about the model, like that he actually painted it and put it together, and
mhm.
that wasn't like, to me. They showed me that it wasn't a toy,
Yeah.
that you build it and you have fun building it, and then that started it for me. And like I said, we I know this kids get too involved with their phone and all that stuff and technology,
Mhm.
but you just need that one time to take them to a model car show, or just
Yeah.
show them a model on Instagram or something, like share it. As we put it in our reels, it's gonna eventually land in people's that into cars. It's gonna gonna inspire them to go to Hobby Lobby, or if they see it in some Walmart sell models, like, what, let me
Yeah.
try it, and
Yeah,
that's all we need.
it's a trip because when you're a kid, I mean, like I'm talking about like right now, you say kids are caught up in the phones and everything, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
let's say if they really weren't, and they were like, all right, let me try to do a model, right? Now they're gonna have another type of hand coordination, cutting things,
Right, exactly.
using a hobby knife, cleaning things
Mhm.
up, sanding,
Right,
even using a spray can. I'll bet you none of these kids have even used a spray can,
right, exactly,
like
exactly.
shaking it, spraying it, see how it comes out.
Right,
Instead of just spraying straight, like no, you got to move side to side, up and
right,
down, like
exactly.
get it in different areas. So
Right,
all these like things that even just smelling the paint, being like, oh, what the hell? Now your senses
right.
are like hyper, like what's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah.
Um, it's just so many different things. Gluing things. Oh, I put too much glue. Maybe next time I'll put a little bit. So
Right,
there's so many benefits, right, that come from it. But obviously, you know, we got to find a way to introduce it, to kids that pique that interest of like, oh, what? But like you said, there's shows, there's presentations, and by families or kid, bringing the kids and they see this
right.
stuff, they
Yeah,
they get it inspired, like seeing all that right there.
right. And
Um,
even if you don't bring them to the model car shows, if you as an adult, you end up having kids eventually, and they might want to build a model just because oh, my dad builds them or my mom builds
mhm,
models, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that'll they might start off with a Gundam or something like that, but still it'll transition to probably, I'm gonna build a car too, and I just, to me, we're all artists. This is art to me. It's not
mhm,
just, oh, we build toy cars like, some people see it.
yeah,
No, this is art. It's no different to me. Artists are artists. Whether you do graffiti, you build models, or dioramas, or just uh um even merch, like,
mhm,
you do some cool clothes, you're still an artist. Like, to
yeah,
me, art is art. And to me, like, when I go to these model car shows, I don't really see it as everybody, oh, you're model car builders. No, we're all artists.
mhm,
That's how I want to, be known as, an artist.
yeah.
And that's what it should be.
No, yeah. Let's. I had just pulled up Armando's flyer. Let me go ahead and
Oh, yeah.
I'll start from the top. I'm gonna read
Yeah.
it out.
Mhm.
So this is a show for next year. Armando Flores presents Southern California Bugs
Mhm.
collaboration with the best car modelers from all over the world. Sunday, May 3rd, 2026, and that's 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. $15 pre-entry, $20 at the door. Model entries limited to 15 per builder. Exclusive drawing for pre-entries only, and then juniors free, spectators free. More information, SoCalOpen.org, and then there's the info to contact Art. So you guys, when you guys are looking at this flyer, the presentation that's on top, you know, that's all information, presentation that Armando's going to be doing. The bottom information, that's more, whether you're a spectator, you're planning on going, it's a free event. You could bring your kids, a family, and everything. But if you're thinking about, oh, well, I want to go to this event, I have model cars and I want to bring them out because this is also a competition style show.
Mhm.
Right there, it's breaking it down. So it's like $15 per entry uh, for the event. And also, I want to say you can pre-register online as well. I know Art's done it like that in previous
Yes.
years where you
He
could
does have
pre
pre-register. Hmm.
yeah. So any info, just visit the website there, SoCalOpen.org right
Right.
there.
And
So we
Art does real quick. Art does a really good job with that show. And guys, I had blast going to that show. And guys, you get double event because right outside it's a real car show going on at the same time. So you know how sometimes you just gotta walk away. You go outside and there's muscle cars, lowriders,
Mhm. Oh
whatever it
yeah.
is outside of this event. This is like one of my favorite shows as well to go. And like I talked to R and asked her, "Hey man, you need my help?" And he just like, George, I can't believe you come here from Jersey, like like it's like, all
Yeah.
right, your show is really good, man. It's a really good show, and we have a blast. And now that Armando's now getting traction of starting to do more presentations there, getting more people involved, it's gonna help art, like get people awareness of the show, and people are gonna be coming that never came before, just for this event. And they're gonna see that the show is great, and there's a show, right?
Mhm.
A real car show outside. So we're building bugs this year.
No, definitely. Let me also one of the comments here, let me pull it up. It says
Mm.
where the location. So I know it's not on the
Do you
flyer,
have a
but let me
picture
read
of
it
his
out.
flyer?
I have no, not the original one.
Okay.
This is the first time I actually see this flyer. I don't even know what
Okay.
the original, but it's the location. It's at the Rancho San Antonio Boys Home. The address it's 21000 Plummer Street in the city of Chatsworth, California. So it's like in the Valley area, uh, right off the 118 between the 118 and like the 101 freeway. So um, it is there in Chatsworth. A lot of historic painters were painting there in that area at some
Hmm.
time in the
Yeah.
past. So that one's going down there, and then let's see. Let me
When I know you're gonna post the arts flyer once you have it anyway. So
yeah.
just keep looking back and you'll see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna so this one's May 3rd out here in California. I know George, like the week before you're gonna be,
And then the East.
NNL East.
Right.
And are you gonna be here for this one then? This following
Yeah,
weekend?
that's the
Okay,
plan.
okay,
I
cool.
plan to come to for this show. I am building a couple. I plan to build a couple of Beetles. I have one
Uh-huh.
already on primer, that we could talk about. But yeah, I plan to go to this show. It's a great show, guys.
Oh yeah.
This is
Oh sweet.
another good show. I recommend it because like I said, you get a lot of a lot for you for to come in this show. There's a real car show right outside. So
Yeah, and then there's also it's like a one stop place. Like you pull
yeah,
up,
absolutely.
you get find your parking, parking's free.
Yeah,
You come through with the fam or by yourself, doesn't matter. You know, you show up
yeah.
and you look at the model cars, take a break, go outside, look at all the
Mhm.
one-on-one cars that are lined up, and also he came back with like some big old plates of like barbecue, and I was
Hey,
like,
hey, Edgar,
"What's up?"
I think it paused on your end when you were
All
talking
right, right.
about the show. So if you want to go
Yeah,
back a little bit, just go back a little bit.
yeah. So I was saying that that at the show, you know, once you're there, you could look at the model cars, take a break, look at the one-to-one cars. But on top of
Right.
that, there's a lot of food vendors there at the event.
Yes.
So
Yes. Food
so
trucks. Food
yeah,
trucks.
bro.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
like one year when I was with Randall, we were vending, we were like, I was like, hey man, we gotta eat. It's already noontime, you know?
Right. Right.
And he, you know, I sent him on a mission. He went out there to look for a spot to pick up some food, and he got like some barbecue. He came back
Right.
and it was like some big old like trays of food, bro. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's a lot of food. And then he was like, I know. He's like, this was only like I think he said like 12 or $13.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
for all
Yeah.
that? I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, bro,
man. Because
they're like giving it
you
away.
yeah, because you think about it, these tents or even food trucks, they feed you well at these shows.
Mhm.
Some of them, so yeah, I can imagine that he brought out a big plate of food. But yeah, no, I mean it's a great event, guys. I highly recommend it, and yeah, Amanda's gonna do bugs, but like I said, it that the show attracts a lot of good modelers. Um, Teresi goes there.
Mhm.
A lot of some of the guys from MCBA. Uh, it's a good show. It's a good show.
Yeah, there's a lot of heavy hitters for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
absolutely.
know,
The
from
guys from
SoCal.
down. Shout out to Willie and down to scale. Willie, I think now starts taking pictures for dedicated at that show too.
Yeah,
So shout out to those guys. I miss those guys. I can't wait to see you guys again. But
yeah,
yeah, definitely that show and yeah, man. Uh, bugs, man, bugs this year.
yeah. Let
So it
me
was Corvairs.
yeah, let me pull up your bug.
Hmm.
Let's see. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Tell us about the bug.
Okay, let me know when you have it up.
All right. Do you see it? It's up now.
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so basically this is the Tamiya kit. Same kit I use when I build my Herbie. So basically this time around just want a really clean bug, and I have a paint scheme for this one. That's gonna be way different than what the Herbie was, but it's still gonna have the same silhouette, kind of the same slam look, but a little bit more cleaner. This one's gonna have chrome. It's gonna have a performance motor in it, and yeah. So I plan to build the a Harley Quinn version of a Beetle. So the Harley Quinn is not to confuse it with Harley Quinn Batman character. I'm talking about Volkswagen put out a Golf which they did different color panels and for the same bug. So I saw this picture that one of the bug and I said, man, I like that want to build that as a model. So
Mhm.
I inspiration from this one here. I want to build my version, for that show. And this was a build that I already had planned, like maybe over a year ago. Like it was, this was the bug that the build that I was gonna build for this year's Acme. But like I said, I kind of lost traction once I needed to do like the hinges and everything. I don't like doing hinges, so it kind of like derailed it a little. Dean lost interest in the build, but I said, you know what, let me just jump on something else. But now it's okay because now I could unveil it at the SoCal Open.
Yeah. The one thing I
So
like about that
mhm.
that photo right here
Yeah,
of this one to one is
yeah,
the front window how it goes up.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
looks dope.
I like that. I want to do that as well. I want to have
Mhm,
those windows open like that. But I like the color combination there.
mhm,
I like the fenders orange blue. I'm gonna pretty much base it out of that. And West Salazar built the F100 food truck with
mhm, the food truck.
that theme. Yeah. I seen once I seen the bug, I was like, man, I want to build that, and I think it's gonna look cool.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah, that looks really clean.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really liking the stance, bro, of your bug right here.
Yeah, yeah. I want it to be, just like the Herbie. I had it like slammed like that. And it's gonna have the sliding rag. Um I have some stuff printed for it that's gonna, you'll see it at the final. But at least this one with the Herbie was everything was painted, all the bumpers, everything was all one color. But this one will have chrome. Like even these bumpers I had
Mhm.
shaved off all the bracketry and everything, made it a clean bumper, and send them out to get chrome with my last chrome batch that I did. And like I even shaved the drip rail, the molding on the side. So it's gonna be a clean bug, but now like I said, now I'll have to finish it for SoCal, So
Yeah.
you guys will see it there. God willing, everything goes well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to building that one. And that's a future build that I got going on, and that's currently on my bench now.
Yeah, how
So
do you measure the top section when you cut the roof? When you
basically I just go by I just kind of gauge it by pictures that I see, And as far as like I use masking tape, so basically different size masking tape and I just follow the drip rail to make sure that it's even, like it's an even uh a square around, So maybe
Mm,
like the back, I might have put like a different size masking tape, right? Probably the thicker Tamiya one and this thinner one, and put on side by side. And then that gives me that one, and then the sides I might go with two thin Tamiya tapes to kind of just as long as I follow like the drip rail, it's gonna give me like it's gonna be centered right, and
yeah.
basically I go by, like I don't know if it's supposed to be that big, but I just kind of gauge it by eye and see that some people might have it even more open, but I think that's the what I consider that looks good to me, So
No, yeah, it looks nice. Also on the rear, I see the wheel is cambered.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
w- you know, on the rear to get that when you're assembling the rear, like the
yeah.
bottom, are you also kind of bending the attachment to
Right.
get that
So on the back, the motor, the transmission is the back. It's an axle.
the axle? There you
So
go.
right. So I'm not bending the axle, but I can cut the axle where the boot starts, and then angle the axle to be the camber where it needs to be. Like when you see these bugs in real life, that slant, that back has to be cambered like that,
Mm,
for it to get it up in there,
to fit,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, and to me, it looks good visually once it's all done,
Mhm.
But yeah, as far as it has like a transfer kind of uh, uh, transmission, and it has axles. So kind of, you just work the axle to cut the boot, and kind of work the axle to use to get the degree you need on the thing. You might have to extend it a little or whatever, but that's basically how I do that. And to get the back to go like that, as far as the suspension goes.
Yeah. What kind of wheels are these that are mocked up
So
with this?
I mocked up. So basically, the wheels is the I'll start off with the tires. So the tires are 14-inch Aoshima, uh like they have the 14-inch wheels that have the camber in them, and it's really stretched out. So the tires are from one of those wheel sets for the
Mm,
14-inch Aoshima. And then the center of the wheel, this is the same as what comes in the Tamiya kit, but I actually got the centers from the Fujimi Porsche, old school Porsche 356 Porsche, because that one has the separate hub. The Tamiya kit is still the same wheel, but the hub is all molded in together. So I wanted them separate. So I grabbed that from. I rated this Porsche kit that is an enthusiast kit that people be like, you crazy for using that as a parts kit. But
yeah.
I used the mirror. I rated this Porsche kit enthusiast 356 sports kit, and I use parts for the Corvair, you know, and I use the wheels for this. So those are
Yeah.
the centers of the wheels, and then they
Oh,
have separate hubs, but the lips, the step lips on the side are from the the company Orange Wheels. You know how they sell uh the orange. Let me get you one so you can.
yeah. It's that brand from Japan, right? That
Yeah,
company.
Ahsoka, I think it's called.
Yeah, Suka. I actually carry some of their like diorama detail parts on my web store.
Yeah,
And it's funny because my distributor only gets that stuff, but they don't carry the wheels. And I'm like, ah,
right,
great. Or the tires.
right. So if you
And
look at over here, you see, wait, can you see it there?
yeah.
Orange wheels. So these I order from like the Japan, like Hobby Design, not Hobby, this Hobby Search. And when you open these, they have a step lip. They have a deeper and then a little more narrow. So basically, I use these to uh to get that deep dish look, that stagger setup, like the thinner ones in the front and then the deeper ones in the back. That's how I get. So I'm using the face from the Porsche kit or the Tamiya kit, and then I use those step lips to make the offset that deep in the back. And then, yeah, Asuka orange wheels, just like OmniWorks says there. Um, but yeah, this is where I got the lips for the wheels. And then like I said, Aoshima tires. And then like the centers are, the centers, you can put the moon caps on them, like the kit comes, but I actually like them naked like that without it. So, you know. So I have a decision to make to even paint the hubs each a different color for this theme, but I won't make that decision till when the car's already almost done.
Yeah. And
But
then you talked about like shaving it, like there's parts you shaved and everything.
yeah. Mhm.
When you're doing your shavings, what grit of sandpaper are you using?
Well, like let's just say I'm doing like the door, like in that picture you see there's no molding there, but like if there's a molding, like what I do is a molding straight across, I put Tamiya tape on top, and then like leaving exposing just the trim. Now I can
Oh,
go
okay.
like yeah. So basically, when I'm sanding down, I'm not taking material off the door that I don't
Mhm.
need to take off, you know?
Yeah.
So pretty much I'm shaving down so I can use like a God hand 240 or something or a 400, you know, to start
Mhm.
off. And once I mask, like I said, I mask the top and the bottom, leaving the just the molding exposed. So when I'm sanding, I know that I won't get to the door because once I sand and get to the door, now I get really close to, because before when I first started doing, I just all right, I just use a nail file and I start sanding, and then when I noticed when I started getting like painting my cars and I see, man, it looks like a little like a wave or on the door or
Mhm.
something because I shaved in spots too much, you know?
Yeah.
So now I use tape, but I use a Tamiya tape and I expose just the molding and I sand it with a 240 or 400, and then once I get to the when it started like sanding the tape off, I remove the tape and now I use a higher grit, 600, 800, where I'm only taking just a little bit left until I get to the bottom where it's just even,
Yeah.
uh and that way you're just shaving just the material you need to. You're not taking material off of the door where you don't need to be taken off. So that's
Yeah.
that's I just learned that by trial and error,
Mhm.
basically looking at a build that I did that I just sanded everything, and then I saw like a wave on the door and I was like, man, that's bad, So how do I get around that? I just tape, and leave just the molding exposed, and I that's how I start. So 240 grit, 400 grit, until I start getting to where the tape is. I remove the rest and then I go higher grits until it's gone. That's basically how I do that.
Yeah, I need to start doing that more.
Mhm.
Putting that in, doing that discipline with the tape because
Yeah,
back then I did learn a hard lesson where no tape, it was just I took too much material from one side versus the other side.
right.
I was like shaving the door handles.
Yeah.
So one side was like flat. Like the body's like it starts to be round and
Yes.
it was
Uh-huh.
supposed to still be round, but I ended
Right.
up and it was
Exactly.
flat. And then the other one was just it wasn't even like I think this is a mistake I did. I said, "All right, to buy myself some time, let me get my nippers and let me just snip
Start.
off."
Yeah.
So when I snipped off, I think it put pressure and it indented it in.
Yes.
And
Right.
then I started sanding it like, "Oh, I got this." And
Yeah.
next thing you know, I was looking at it under the sun after like with color, it had like pearl, and pearl
Yeah.
shows everything.
Everything. Yeah.
And I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, this looks whack." Like
Yeah.
this
Uh-huh.
it's all inside, this one's all flat. It looks
Yeah.
like weird,
And the
but I
thing,
couldn't go back. That
yeah,
was
you
it.
you know, at this point now, you already put paint on it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's just some people be like, wow, like that's OD. But with me, like I got an eye that I just be like, nah, that don't look right. So I try to fix it for the next one. I won't do it that way. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
been working better for me now and then. Especially you see that bug is round, So
Mhm.
imagine you keep sanding, all of a sudden that little round edge on top is now getting squared up because you're sanding too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I go
Yeah.
about certain, trims like that. I
Mhm.
I I learned that if I take away, I tape around it and I shave.
Mhm.
Some people got better. Some people have better discipline on how to shave things off, and they don't need to do what I do. But that's what works for me.
Yeah. No, they do it up. I'm gonna pull up the other show, bro, your guys' show for
Yeah.
diversified scalers. We gotta
Right.
we
Right.
we gotta pull that up too right here because this is a show for next year. Right now
Yeah.
that we've been on the show topic.
Yeah.
So this is the Diversified Scalers MCC Model Car Meet and Contest. coming fall of 2026, Wampub Drive, Wayne, New Jersey. So that's the address to the location.
Right.
And any information you guys want to email dscalersmcc@gmail.com. And then they also have the Facebook page here. I'm gonna so tell us about this event, and in the meantime I'll pull up the
Right.
Facebook.
So basically right now we're still, this is just a teaser flyer just to kind of bring awareness that we're gonna bring the show back because it hasn't been back since COVID. So basically we always do it at the end of September. So I don't wanna we didn't wanna put it's gonna be on this date because we don't know exactly. Yeah, until we lock that date in, it's just we're just gonna say fall to 2026. As soon as we do, we start a new flyer and then we'll put the exact date and all that stuff. But we just kind of want to get let people know that we're bringing back our show, and we have a small show. It's not big, but this time around we're not gonna base it as if it's we're not treating it as if it's gonna be a show with a bunch of awards or stuff like that. It's pretty much we're gonna simplify the show. We're not gonna make it a whole show that lasts kind of to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's gonna be 9 to 2. We're gonna have the two themes, and people who know us, we always do it. We try to do a diorama. We do a theme that you can bring your put your model in the diorama, and that diorama is gonna be based on Toyotas this year. So Toyotas or Lexus or Scions. There's a couple of Scion kits, so I'm gonna say Scion 2 is still Toyota, Lexus is Toyota. It's the luxury line of Toyota. So those Lexus kits are also can be in part of the Toyota theme. The other one will be Tri Five Chevys. So I wanted to let people know ahead of time, that these are gonna be our themes. If that way they can bring those too. So we're gonna have ballots where people are just gonna pick the best Tri Five theme for the theme and the best Toyota. And the Toyota theme, we might end up picking up by the club because it's a diorama, so it's not gonna have like slips under it with numbers like the regular
Mhm.
table. So probably the club is gonna probably pick the Toyota build or Lexus or whatever it is for the diorama. But yeah, just we just wanted to put awareness. And before in the past, we've had themes like semis, juniors, and all that. And we learned from the past that we don't bring so much people that we need to have all these categories. So we kind of took a page off of like Ricky's model cars and coffee, where we're just gonna let people, besides the two themes, put their models wherever they want on the show. There's not gonna be no themes where muscle cars here, trucks over here, none of that. It's gonna be the two theme tables, and then everyone can put their models anywhere else. And we're gonna probably pick the top 10. That's probably how
Mhm.
we're gonna do. We're gonna have only the people who bring models are the ones that are gonna have a ballot. That way, we keep it controlled where only the modelers get to pick, their favorite of the show, you know. So just simplifying the show. We might have raffles, we're gonna have door prizes, but we're gonna have a simple show 9 to 2, you know. And it's gonna be somewhere around the end of September. As soon as I get the real date, then we'll do a new flyer. I'll send you flyers and we'll go from
Oh yeah.
there. But I just wanted to bring awareness, and let everybody know the themes. That way, if they plan to come, it's in the PAL building, which is for anybody who goes to NNO East, it's the same building. But
Okay.
obviously, we're not gonna rent the whole place. We're just gonna rent one of the smaller rooms, which is one of the smaller rooms for like where they do the vendors at NNL East. So for those who never went, that's basically where it's gonna be. But once we have it locked, the date locked in, then all the information is gonna be on the flyer.
That's awesome, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I mean, I'm excited for the future when you guys announce the date because
Yes.
then I can
Hmm.
do some planning, and I would love to go, man. If
Hmm.
everything works out and I end up going out there, man, I
That'll be
can't wait
great, man.
to like
Yeah,
hang
man.
out, record, do
Absolutely.
interviews and all that.
Yeah,
That'd be
man, and hopefully, if everything goes well, I don't want to say too much, but we're gonna probably try to have some kind of like something on Friday night, because the
yeah,
show will
I
be
kick
on a
it.
Saturday. Maybe like taking a page from the pizza nights, NNL West, something like that,
Yeah.
but until I have all that stuff really locked down, I can only say that that's basically what we have for now. But I
Hmm.
appreciate you showing the flyer and all that.
Yeah, bro. Talking about like a night before, like kicking it, like
Mhm.
before the event, I feel like uh it's like mandatory. It almost feels like, right? Like it's
Mhm.
fun, bro. It's
It
always cool to
is.
kick it. And I know there's some shows it's tough, it's like it's just a one day show and that's it.
Right.
I've heard where some it's 2 days and all that, but if
Hmm.
you're just having a one day show, but if you're able to like get together the night before,
Hmm.
that just adds to it because there's more
Yeah.
excitement kicking it, and then the next day is a show because I don't know, man. For me, it's always like when the shows end, it's
Hmm.
always like a sad kind of like moment
Yeah.
because that's it. It's done. And a lot of the times, like if it's a competition show, right?
Hmm.
Everybody's keeping it there, waiting for the announcements of who won,
Right.
right? And I always feel like once they announce the winners and people get the awards and everything, within minutes, it's like people are just running to their
Out
cars
of
and
there.
tables like, "Whoa,
Right.
let's go."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're out and you don't really get to say bye to everybody. Like you'll
Right.
say
Right.
bye to some people like, "Oh, what's up? Later on, bro." Boom,
Hmm.
boom. And you look
Right.
around, everyone's like, "Choo, gone." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, shoot.
Exactly.
I didn't get to say
Right.
later."
Right.
And it's just the way it goes. I know some people got to go. I know I've been in that situation where I'm vending, and I know, man, as soon as the show's done at 3, I gotta split because I already, I've been gone all day. I gotta go to dinner or whatever, go do something with
Right.
the
Exactly. Yeah.
family. So that's kind of like that. But then I don't know. Now I'm more like I still kind of want to chill now. Even when it
Right.
was like the Atlanta show,
Hmm.
when it was done, and I mean we were taking our time. We were in our group like putting our
Yes.
stuff
Exactly.
away,
Yeah.
kicking it, taking a photo and all this stuff.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
when you look around, everybody was gone. We were like the last one.
Yeah.
I felt
Right.
like, and I was like,
Yeah.
yo,
It's like that, especially when you're not local. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
yeah,
Where some of these guys you're not gonna see them at the next show because you're you're nowhere, you're off the grid, you're not even. So yeah,
yeah,
it's like that. So that's why I try to like make the best of it while the show's happening,
yeah,
because once that award show uh finishes, you turn around and have or how it is, guys leave before the show, the award show starts.
yeah,
So that happens
yeah,
too.
yeah.
There's guys that are there just for that. They're not gonna stay for the award show. So
Mhm.
yeah, you gotta it's like that. But yeah, it's cool. Like, we're gonna try to do something Friday night. But as soon as we get all those details ironed out and locked in, then you guys will know.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's like right now I'm kind of in like knowing that there's a bunch of shows coming up, right?
Hmm.
Uh like in February there's one in Ventura. Uh that's the Model Fest. And
Yeah.
then the one we got coming up in April, the Left Coast Skill Classic.
Right.
And then SoCal Open in May, the beginning of May. But at the
Yeah.
end of May, there's one, there's another it's a custom car show
Oh,
uh,
okay.
in California too. I do have the physical flyer for it. Later, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a video talking about it,
Yeah.
and I need to interview the guy who actually does those shows because
Yeah.
he's also the one who makes that magazine Custom and Rod magazine that I've done.
Oh wow, really?
He's the
Oh
dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's here in
yeah, that's
California.
cool.
I've never met him,
Right,
but
right, right.
I need to reach out to him and like bring
Yeah,
him on. I really want to talk to the guy.
yeah, that's
And
a cool magazine too, man.
yeah, yeah. And it's like there's all those shows lined up, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go. But there's some that I'm just gonna go because I want to get content. I want to talk to people. I want to take photos and videos, all this. But then there's some that I'm like part of me, because I do vend at the shows,
Yeah,
but the thing is this, when I don't vend, then I got people hitting me up. Oh, I didn't see you there. What happened? Or
right, right,
like,
right,
I
right.
was I was hoping you were gonna be there, or whatever, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
that, and then I'm like, oh damn, all right. And then when I do vend, then I'm like, where were you? Like I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's the other way around. So
That's
um
how it is, man. I mean, there's shows that like this year after Acme, I got home. Well, actually, I went to on a family vacation, and then I got back, and that literally that Sunday was another a show here that it's in New York, but more like um Long Island, I believe. It was the Liar Show. Yeah. So I said to myself, I was like, man, I haven't gone to this show in a minute. Cause it was like before it was ended up at the Acme week, But now
mhm,
Acme was at one time was the first Saturday of November, but now they pushed it before to now in October. So now I'm able to like still go to that other show. So I went to it this year, and like after the thing, and it was like, man, like, should I go? I shouldn't go, but I do. It's like one of those things that you want to support, but at the same time you can't make it to all of them. And
yeah.
but this time around I went and we had a good time. It was cool. I actually uh packed up the guys in my van and we went over there and it was cool. It was cool. But yeah, that's how it is. Some days, some shows you're gonna be able to go and expect people, or people are expecting
Mhm.
you and you're not there. And yeah, that's how it is sometimes.
Yeah, and like I reached out to one of my homies and I was like, "Hey, if like I end up vending at this show, can you just hold it down while I go,
Yeah, right, right,
you
right, right.
record? I want to record. I want to do this other stuff, like
Yeah.
vending's cool and all, but I don't want to be stuck, bro, in one area. I
Yeah.
don't. And if I can't get nobody, then I'm not vending. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm
hopefully
I'm
you
just
could
going
get
to the show.
somebody. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I really like I'd be like, man, like even at SoCal, I was like, I had to bring the model to you. Like, Edgar,
Yeah.
check out my model,
No,
and,
yeah, yeah.
and it was like I was like, man, Edgar needs to be out here checking this out too. You know what I'm saying?
It was like it was different. It was different
Yeah,
because
it's
like,
different.
usually at shows we kick it or we walk
Yeah,
around or
yeah,
something,
yeah.
but this one it was like I was like there with like I felt like I was anchored, like I had a ball and chain, like I couldn't
Yeah,
leave.
man. Yeah. So hopefully this year for SoCal you have somebody, bring Randall, somebody,
Yeah.
just to
Mhm.
give you a little a back door so you can get out. But yeah, that's exactly how it is sometimes.
Yeah,
But
but it's
at
like,
least for Acme, I'm glad that you wasn't vending because you got to
oh yeah,
experience
yeah.
this
Nah,
show.
I know, and I don't know, I don't plan to because I was already like, all right, I'm bringing in my carry-on, a backpack, and all that,
Yeah,
right?
it's already a
And
lot.
I
Yeah.
was I was thinking like the only way it would happen if I ever did have a booth for that, I would have it's almost like I would have to mail my stuff to somebody that's in that state
Yes,
and
yes,
then have them
exactly.
drive it. But then that's a lot of work. And it's like,
It's a lot. Yeah, yeah,
I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather
yeah,
just experience the show, have
yeah.
fun, not have to worry about none of that stuff and
Right, right.
just
And
have the models.
now that you did it, and hopefully if you plan to go next year, whenever if you go back, you already
Mhm.
learn what to bring, what not to bring, how to
Yeah.
bring. I learned from that show a lot. Like I learned how to display my models.
Mhm.
how to how you're gonna get a little bit more your model seen more with bringing lights, or or bringing the the rotisserie displays, and you put them a little higher, stuff like that. It's gonna it showed me how to not just bring the model and put a slip under it, like here's my model number, like you go the extra mile, and that'll get people to look at your model even more, or the magazines to even look. It might help you to get at least your model photographed. And I learned that a lot at that Acme show,
Yeah, yeah, because like from what I saw on the displays, and then later I look at my photos, like, oh man, like there was a lot of really nice displays, and I was still doing just like the slip on the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
like I've always
Yeah.
done that. So now I'm like, you know what? I need to start really focusing also on a type of display. The one thing I really liked a lot about Armando's display was the lights that he had,
Yes. Uh-huh.
because you were able to see all the effects that he
Right.
added to his cars, the
Yes.
candies, the pearls, the flakes, like all
Mhm.
these combinations of colors. And like on some of my cars, I almost felt like mine were lacking a lot of that showcase because I was depending on the lights from above.
Right. Exactly.
They're too up there. It's
They're
not
too
gonna
high. They're
it's not
too
gonna work.
high. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was happy that at least that you showed me that at least your wagon got photographed. But I know for the magazine for
Mm.
auto
Auto
automotive.
modeler.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
auto
was thinking,
modeler.
I was like, dang.
So that was cool. But yeah, you're right. Imagine that car, like with some light, or
Mhm.
on a rotisserie or some kind of base. I mean,
Yeah.
even like you when you show Shane's truck that I said I did a base. I color
Mhm.
matched it to the truck. I put, that made a big difference because
Yeah.
as opposed to me just putting the truck there, now it's a whole presentation. So
Yeah.
I
No, yeah,
mean.
man. I gotta definitely
Yeah,
work on
so if
some
you go
stuff.
next year, you bust something out new or something.
Yeah.
Bring a base, a rotisserie, some mirror. Even a mirror
Mhm.
goes a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, something than
Mhm.
just depending on the table and the lights.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Now
I need to
like you
step
say,
that up.
you learn from
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, I gotta definitely step that up right there. That's
Right,
pretty cool. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to next year, bro. I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I don't really try to how sometimes we can be like, all right, we're in December. I'm not gonna do nothing no more. I'm just gonna relax and I'm gonna wait
right.
till next year.
Hmm.
Nah, to me, it's just yeah, it's another year, but it doesn't stop. Like
Right.
December, we still got stuff to do. Like it
Yeah,
don't matter
absolutely.
if I mean, we will have the days off for the holidays and all that, but
Hmm.
with the fam and everything. But then again, like we're still working on stuff, we're still doing stuff, and there's a lot of planning
Yeah,
and things like that. So, you know, next year Roadster show, I'm looking forward to that as well. Looking at some
yeah,
1-to-1
man.
cars, you
Yeah,
know, and
man.
and and aside from that too, I'm also like I'm looking forward to meeting more people. I know that next year I'm
Yes.
gonna meet some people that I never thought I would meet.
Right.
Even but I'm not. I'm talking about everything from modelers
Yeah,
to
yeah. Exactly.
everything, fabricators, anything like
Mhm.
hobby related, car related stuff. I know
Right,
I'm gonna
right.
end up meeting people that I'm gonna be like, yo, like I gotta get you on my podcast, dude. Like we
Yeah,
gotta
yeah, yeah.
we gotta
Painters
do
and
something.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So
yeah.
I'm
That'd be
looking
cool, man.
yeah, I'm looking forward to all that, and then also just kind of learning more about like the storytelling of things,
Mhm.
like things that I've learned to be able to explain and present, all these articles and things like that to everyone.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
looking
Absolutely.
forward to that, and even and just man, I'm excited you're gonna come out here, bro. I'm really happy that you're gonna be
Yeah,
out here with
man.
me.
SoCal Open, like I said, it's another one of those shows where I have a good time, and like I said, having hanging out with you guys is also awesome, and that shows another one where you know you're gonna see some cool models,
Hmm.
and like I said, and then it doubles up for me because now I get to see real cars, because I'm always there a short time, and I try to do the most when I'm there, but if I get to have a model car show and see some real cars in the lot outside, man,
Yeah.
I'm in,
No,
so
yeah.
definitely worth it, definitely recommend it. And Art does a great job with that show.
Yeah.
Good show, good show.
No, yeah. I'm very looking forward to it. Let me ask you a couple questions
Mhm.
here. The first question, this is Kevin Smith. He asks, who do you use for your Chrome? Do you know a real chromer plater? Since Chrome Tech and Little Motor Carco is gone.
Yeah, little model car is gone. I used to use him, but luckily, Spotlight Models. I'm sorry, Spotlight Hobbies. Hold on one second. Let me. I gotta. Oh, I'm sure I have a.
Dang, let's see. He's gonna look for it. He's gonna look for it right now, real quick. Uh, let me see who's in the chat. Let me go on here. Armando Flores, Kevin Smith, Omni Works, Slowly Models. Let's see who else. Carlos Avalar. And then, oh yeah, Mars Garage already bounced. And let's see. All right, did you find it? All
Yeah.
right.
So let me turn this around.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Second.
But do it up. Gonna find it right now. He's gonna show us the secret. Everybody, get your phones ready to screenshot this. As soon as he
So
shows,
it's not really a secret. Oh, no. How do you?
yeah, no one knows about it, dude. So right now, not playing. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Some people know about it. Some people don't know about it. But I know back then everybody would be asking, "Where'd you get your stuff chromed? Where?"
I'm trying to flip my camera. What am I doing
It won't
here?
do it.
Hold on.
Let me see.
All right. Let me see
Mm-mm-mm.
if I turn it. Okay, here we go.
You got
All
it. All right. Let's focus
right,
in
so
now.
this is a card that they gave me. So if you go to Spotlight Hobbies, I just want to show you pretty much. This is what like how you mount it and everything. If you go back here, it says the more info here. If you want to screenshot it, guys, spotlighthobbies.com. If you go to their website, they sell model cars and all that. But if you go, you can see the information on vacuum chrome plating. So basically, you send a rack. They give you examples and pictures of how do you send the stuff to them, and it's $35 to get it chrome plated and sent back to you. So pretty much that's pretty much the going rate. It used to be almost the same for the previous chroma that I used, which was Little Model Car. Uh and yeah, that's the place right there. That's the website. When you go in there, you'll see the information on how to do that. So yeah, that's the one right there. Um,
Nice. That's the plug right there.
yeah,
Let's see. Let's see what OmniWorks says. He says Spotlight Hobbies. They offer it. Ordered a kit. They sent a flyer of their Chrome work. Oh, dope.
yeah,
That's the same flyer then that you're
yeah.
showing us
That's
right
the
there,
same
Dig.
flyer. So yeah, so that's
Dope.
That's it. I knew I had the. I had. Oh, I'm sorry. I knew I had the flyer somewhere, but I'm glad I found it. Yeah, there's no secrets here, man.
Mhm.
I let you know whatever it is. Yeah. Like it's cool. Revell Chrome and all these chromes in the market, they have their place. I have that stuff there too. I chrome. I use that stuff for little chrome parts in the interior, certain things. But a lot of my models, like let's just say, that Chrysler, I want the chrome to be like show chrome. So I want it to look really, and then I like my chrome bumpers to hold up. I don't want to like worry about I can't touch the model now because I spray chromed it.
Damn,
So like, mhm.
this old chrome looks more gold.
The old, yeah, that's
Yeah,
old. That's gold.
this is chrome, but it turned gold. It's like it's all
Yeah,
OG right here.
that's OG,
Oh,
man.
but but
That's
I'm
like
gonna
that's over 50 years.
yeah,
Over
I know.
50 years.
I feel like I'm gonna end up using it though for sure, like on a build, because I have
Yeah,
in that little thing on this little thing, I have a whole bunch of different ones that fell off that I have over there
yeah,
on the next to the car that on the turntable. But eventually, I'm gonna end up using one, and I'm gonna
yeah,
be like,
yeah,
all right, you're out of the package, and now you're gonna be on a car where you were
yeah.
meant to be used for.
Let me see if I can show you guys something.
Yeah, go for it. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Oh, shout outs to let's see. Adrock Carnet 6885. I just saw you right now in the chat. I was shouting people out and I didn't see you. But yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you for kicking it with us right here, bro. All right, let's see. Ooh, let's get into some show and tell.
Yeah, so basically, let me show you a couple of bumpers. I'm gonna just lay them out real quick and then I'll show you guys.
All right, cool.
um, Just to give you guys at least a reference of, you know, um, all right, let me see. Let me flip
Do it.
this one. Flip it. Okay. All right, let me see if I can. All right, so this is Chrome that I got back from them. Pretty much, some people say, "Oh, this is kit Chrome." Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. These bumpers were a resin from Showtime. Let me see. Does it focus right? Is it focusing? Let me see. Let's see if it can focus.
It was a little blurry.
Little
I
fuzzy.
wonder yeah, I wonder if you just have the camera how you had it, like on you, and maybe just put it up to the camera, I'm thinking.
Um,
Oh, wait. I think you got it. Hold on. Yeah, because it looks just a little fuzzy. I mean, it looks yeah, I
yeah.
can see the chrome. Wait,
Yeah,
there you go. That
so
looks nice.
basically, like I say, it comes like when it comes in the kit. Now, for some people, like this is like not this is toy chrome, but me that I like building like show cars, I want my chrome to look like that. Or like if I do work on these bumpers, I want my chrome to look like that. But like I said, to each his own. But if you're interested in getting the chrome like that, I recommend them. They do a good job. And I just figure I'll show. And these are 3D parts. These are 3D parts from Iceman and C Force. So man, I wish it could focus. I don't know why it's not focusing. But at least you get the idea that so far I've sent a batch to them and I've been happy. So it worked out for me. Hopefully, like I get, if you guys are interested, you can go to Spotlight Hobbies
Hmm.
and send out your stuff. And uh, the turnaround, they promise, they say about 5 to 6 weeks. So, and that's exactly, it took about five weeks for me to get it back. So they so far so good. I'm happy with it. And like I said, Revel Chrome and all, it has its place. I do have all that stuff. I use it for certain things. But me, I want my models to be show, like if I'm not doing a weathered build and I want to do a lowrider or something, I want my chrome to be like show chrome. That's why
Yeah.
I send my stuff to get chrome,
As far
But
as like the preparation, let's just say that you do have a bumper
yeah,
and you're like, man, I this bumper got scratched, or I need to clean it up. And do you dechrome it, clean it up,
yeah.
and then like, set it up in the tree?
Okay.
with all the other
Yeah.
parts.
Okay. So that's I'm glad you asked that because preparation is everything with this stuff. It's just like real chrome and real bumpers. If you have to I strip the chrome and let's just say it's a chrome part from the tree that's plastic. I do whatever fixing I need to do on it. Then I prime these bumpers and then I paint them with Tamiya black. It
Oh,
doesn't have to
okay.
be black, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it doesn't have to be black, but it has to be like a lacquer, like a
Hmm.
lacquer because it's gonna be hard, So
Yeah,
that gives it a nice coating for this process to be smoother. Now you could send them bare 3D parts, but you're gonna get exactly what you expect. Like if
yeah,
it's not gonna be as smooth as this. I put in a
yeah.
lot of work to get these to be smooth as possible.
Hmm.
But like I said, I'll finish it with I'll paint it with lacquer, like a Tamiya black can. And sometimes if it's some junk in it, I polish it off a little bit, like I wet sand if there's junk on it, because the cleaner the part you have sent to them, the better it
Hmm.
comes back. And
Yeah.
I even put 2K clear or the show clear if I feel it's not smooth enough. So
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it does get a little bit more thicker, but to me, I'm fine with it because I want a smooth finish on mine. But like I said, you could send bare plastic, but you're gonna see imperfections if you don't take care of everything. And when I send bare plastic, there's always gonna be something that comes back. I in my case, so I recommend to do the body work, either 3D printed or plastic, prime it and put a lacquer on it. Make sure that the part looks great. I use black because black you see everything. So
Hmm.
it's not that you need a flat base to get chromed. On this case, this vacuum form, it's vacuum plating, not vacuum form, vacuum plating. So basically, I like to have a smooth surface as possible. The cleaner the part is, the better the chrome is gonna be coming back. That's that's how basically it is. And like I said, not everybody's gonna do all that work, but it's worth it to me at the end of the day. Like
Hmm.
if I want to show chrome finish to it.
Yeah, on there.
So far so good. I'm happy with Spotlight so far, and right now I don't know nobody else that's doing it now.
Hmm.
So hopefully they're gonna be around for a long time, because
Yeah.
you know, especially guys who do chrome, like low riders and stuff that have a lot of chrome. It's a good service.
No, it is, man. I'm waiting late. Like, I feel like back then when we were doing the podcast, like there was a time where 3D printing stuff wasn't. Nobody was doing it yet. It was
Right.
barely starting to kind of come into the scene, and then later we saw the explosion with 3D printing,
Hmm.
and we have this company here that's offering the chrome plating.
Yeah.
I feel like later we will start getting more of the things that we're looking for, so kind of how you were talking about like the metal like stickers for the emblems. I
Yeah.
feel like that source later will come. Also,
Yeah.
a company or someone to produce glass. Like imagine
Yes. Right.
somebody who wants to do a custom, maybe a bubble top or a
Yes.
custom type of shape for their glass because they
Right.
chopped the roof or whatever, and
Hmm.
they need that shape or
Right.
whatever. They that could possibly be offered. Like as long as all these like problems that we have or questions, as long as they get
Right.
answered,
Right.
it's just gonna make it more easier for us. And
Yeah.
we're just gonna
Yeah.
keep pushing.
And the more and more like this 3D printing, somebody's gonna come up with, I want, like, even if like the printers get better where you're gonna print and clear, and then it's a matter of just clearing in and it'll be just as good. I mean, it's gonna get better eventually, and hopefully,
Yeah.
we can get people to do the glass, because that's a big part, man. Like to have good glass and headlights and tail lights.
Mhm.
Like there's models there's 3D models that are like, but they 3D printed the headlights onto it because they were like, oh, they figure, all right, well, it's not clear anyway, But me,
Yeah.
I want those parts to be separate. I want them, if I have to, you know, print or cast that chrome headlight. What I mean that 3D printed headlight to
Mhm.
have a clear. I'll go through those hurdles to do whatever it takes to get the model where it needs to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you're right that in the future we do have somebody that does that.
No, definitely. Yeah, because it would help a lot, man, to have all
Hmm.
these like things. I know for like the Bel Air custom I'm working on, I'm gonna have to look for another kit because I am using the front end roof from a Chrysler car,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
and dude, I feel like I think what happened was I, chopped that from that model, and I grabbed some parts from it, and then the kit, now that I didn't need it anymore, and I should have kept it, but I think I sold it for like $5 or something at one of the model shows,
Right. Uh-huh.
like as
Yeah.
as a parts box,
Right.
and I should have kept it, bro. But I could still find the kid. It's nothing crazy. I've
Right.
seen them
Yeah.
all the time. But I'm gonna try to use the same glass from that Chrysler, but I'm gonna have to cut it. I am gonna have to cut it
Yeah.
to get it
Hmm.
in there. And in the back one, I'm gonna have to. I have like a thin clear sheet that I know I could cut and shape my own glass for the rear. But
Yeah.
man, it would be so nice if like that those were things that were available
Yeah.
to be
100%.
the printed. But you bring a good point about like separation. Having
Hmm.
that's like a really good like plus or like a luxury that changes a kit. Like they could make so many like different companies can make the same kit, but if one of the companies separates parts and opens like the doors or something like that's a
Yeah.
perk,
Right.
that's gonna be the most sought after kit versus the other
Yeah. I
one
mean,
for those reasons.
people want those options.
Yeah.
Like I have some 3D printed bodies, but I can't get excited about building them because I don't have glass for them, and I don't like when the headlights are like part of the print.
Mhm.
And I can't see myself painting a headlight silver or something like that. Like I just like I want to, so it doesn't get me excited to build those as opposed to a regular kit with the
Mhm.
glass.
Yeah.
So, but
No,
yeah,
definitely.
I hope there is a service later, or let's just say you can send somebody a file of these headlights, these windshield, and then they, you know, they'll send them back to you in parts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you
Mhm.
know, somebody's gonna probably do that. So hopefully we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know. We'll see what ends up happening, man.
Yeah.
But hey, George, this was fun, bro. We're gonna wrap up this
Absolutely.
episode. I know it's late for you. You're out in the East Coast and stuff,
Yeah.
and this was awesome chopping it up. Let me check if there's one more question here. This is from Slowly Models. He says, "Is the Spoon Honda kit George flexed on the last podcast still his favorite kit?"
Was it the spoon that I said?
The Spoon Honda kit is what he's saying. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember.
Uh,
Um,
I don't. Well, man, it's like all these new models come out, and then you always get a new favorite.
right?
Uh, but it's hard to say if I have a favorite. But
Yeah.
of course, like I'll get excited with a nostalgic kit that I never seen before, as much as a new one that just came out. So, for
Mhm.
me, like movie cars, I like the Mad Max car, and I was able to get the Mad Max Hiroshima kit, one of them. So that's my holy grail probably now. I said one day I'm gonna just find another one and build it, but man, I want to build that kit. So, yeah, that's probably my holy grail because I love that black Mad Max car.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, let me show you one more model. I have
Yeah,
it
go
here
for
in
it.
front of me. Let me see. Can I
Yeah,
flip?
let's see. Oh yeah, you flipped it right there.
I flipped the. Let
Oh,
me
you turned
see.
it around. Yeah, we can see it, but I don't know if can you
Okay,
see it.
let me look at the. Okay.
All right.
Um,
Let's see.
yeah. So this is real quick. Let me start this up.
Yeah, fire it
This
up.
this was I'm sorry. This was my Toyota build. Remember I said that I was let me see if I can uh I'm trying to face it this way to see if it focuses.
Oh, that's nice, dude.
Yeah, so this right here is the Toyota Corolla kit, and it does come as a police car. And I'm gonna just turn this light off real quick. Let me let me show you guys. I put lights on it.
Oh, what?
Can you see it?
That's dope. Yeah. In
Yeah,
the front, I saw the
yeah,
front light up. I'm like, wow, a
yeah.
little bit.
Well, it's the probably you can't see it from the top. I don't know, but even the I bought this police light kit from eBay, and yeah, I put it onto this kit. I usually don't do LEDs, but I had to try it, and yeah. So
Oh, it
let me
looks
just
so
show these
good, dude.
guys. Yeah. So I didn't really like post this one much. But yeah, I just said, you know what? I have it here on the table. Let me just show these guys before I go away.
Wow. Hey, later
Yeah.
you're gonna have to send me a video of this. I gotta post this,
Yeah,
bro. This is
yeah,
dope.
definitely. I'll send you a better video, whatever. I just, wanted to show you guys why I have it. But yeah, that was
Dude,
a little
that's
fun build.
awesome. Hmm.
Yeah, I wanted something with police lights. So that's it's what the style of build is what they call Bososuko
Hmm.
style. And they I went with that theme, that Toyota police car, but with that Bososuko with the big exhaust and the yellow roll cage, and so I kind of wanted to follow that theme. So that was, I didn't post nothing on this because this was my secret barbecue build. The theme was Toyotas, and I built that one for that. That's why I don't really have much on it, posted. But I'll get some pictures or video, and I'll post it on Instagram, and I'll send you some so you can also share.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a moment where we didn't see you for a while on
Right.
Instagram. Like
Right,
you just
exactly.
not posting nothing, and everyone's like, "Yo, what's
Yeah.
up with George? Is he cool? Is he all right?" But
Yeah.
you're still working, you're still building, doing stuff. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
you
And,
bust
and, and
out.
you know what? Like Shane goes to me, hey man, when you gonna post a truck? I want to give you your props. So
Yeah,
he pushed me to put that post, at least to post the truck. But now, like I said, I have a couple of builds that I can now showcase. I have the Corvair that I couldn't really put more on the post about it. I could put this Toyota and stuff. So
yeah,
yeah, stay tuned. I'll post those too.
yeah,
But
yeah, dude.
yeah, man. But anyway, Edgar, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who was here today or who's gonna watch it later. Uh, shout out to always all the anyone who supported me and Skill Riders, and looking forward to this year coming up with shows and presentations and all that stuff.
Hell yeah. Nah, for sure, man. Thank you. Thank you everybody also for being here with us and like hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And the episode will be on, maybe within 30 minutes or so, like the full thing in case if you came a little later, but hey George, we'll see you in the future. I mean, we'll keep
Yes,
in
sir.
touch, but we'll see you on the next one. And everybody, this was episode 276 with Vision 124. Make sure you check him out on Instagram. And then we also had posted his this is his YouTube channel. I know he hasn't posted in a minute, but there is still a lot of dope content on there to watch.
Thank you.
Of a lot of his builds right there. So make sure you check
Yeah.
that out. But yeah, we're gonna be taking off. So all right,
All
guys,
right.
have a good night.
Take
All
care,
right,
guys.
we'll
All
see you
right,
next
Edgar.
time.
Later.
Later.